Ciao. So there you heard it. Multiple categories, multiple different ways of doing and checking out this incredibly dangerous track. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be a lot of fighting. It's going to be some falls. We hope everyone stays safe, but the vibes are high. And we're going to throw it back now to keep going on the screen, on the stream. We're going to check out this beautiful surroundings here in El Salvador, and we're going to get to racing. So see you there. Ciao, ciao.
First right-hander. It's kind of a double right here, so we've got a double. So you can see him dive right back in there, and then they're back in tuck for a little bit until the next big break section, which will be a large letter. You can see it coming up here. Nick diving in there. And these two guys, both phenomenal riders. Nick Brahms out of the U.S., Troy Yardwaste out of Canada. Haven't seen Troy as much this season, but he's been coming back around. It's great to see him back on the scene. And Nick Brahms, always a fan favorite, great rider from the racing QS this year, but probably going to be up into the CT Chip Tour next year. The way he's been performing this year, he's currently third in the QS points. Really strong season from Nick Brahms, and it looks like Nick and Troy, they can avoid any issues. They're gonna walk away with this one pretty comfortably. They're gonna be happy with that result and go on into the next round, so long as they can maintain from here to the bottom, which is no easy task with this technical. A lot of turns, a lot of room for areas for mistakes, and very little room for errors. So these two guys just gonna need to hang on to what from here till the finish line. Stay hairy side up, as we say. Avoid any crashes, and they should be able to waltz right through this. Both looking pretty comfortable on this course. It's great to see. We've got a solid day of practice in yesterday, so they're getting acquainted with the course, but I'm still getting more comfortable as they go on. This is the first year we've raced this course, so not a ton of experience from these riders on the course. It's not something that they've been doing for years. Nick Brahms comfortably across the finish line now. Troy Yardwaste cruising in second, and Monroy Oscos bringing up the rear here. We'll get him in sight shortly. Hopefully we haven't had any crashing or issues up top for him. And Monroy Oscos coming through now. Back in the line for the second round, we've got Kevin Toledo Guevara, Tim Cernick, Irving Bennett, and Juan Carlos Rincon Pabon. All lined up here. Tim in green, Irving Bennett in blue, Kevin in red, and Rincon Pablo in yellow. All slapping high fives before the race. It's all good vibe. It's a real sportsman sport. These gentlemen racing, they all support each other, give each other a little love. They drop in here. Let's line it up and see what we've got. And of course, this tight, it's definitely important to get out early That's what these folks will be trying to do here. And let's see who's got it. Looks like Kevin out front. Gavetta, excellent push from him. Tim Cernanik slotting into second. Nice work from Kevin Gavetta. That was an excellent push from him. Tim Cernanik looking inside, and again, it's top two advance. So currently, these two guys holding out a lead. Looking for a way around, wants to get out of the hot seat here. And, he'll definitely be wanting to get in that position so he's not, having to hold off third place and hang on, advancing position there. But Kevin putting out a little bit of a lead now. Nice work from him. The top qualifier in this group, and he's showing a strong lead. But still very much in touch with this race is Irving Bennett. He's definitely not out of the yet. He's looking to make a move here anywhere he can. But Tim Cernanik maybe getting up the inside of Kevin Guevara. Is he just going to be able to edge him here coming into a left-hander? Nice. Cernanik. Fantastic pass. Kevin not happy to give up that, but still fighting to hold it. Just dumps the slide at the very last second there. Gets just enough at the corner. And Tim now cruising through in a mobile position than he was just a few turns back. Kevin still in position, so he's got a choice to make here. How much does he want to pressure? Does he want a second place spot? It seems as though they're both out of pressure. The lead of this heat has lost a little bit of touch with the race. That was a fantastic pass from Tim Cernanik. He, fought his way to find a path through there. Oh, and is Tim down? We may have lost Tim in the woods there. We see Toledo Guevara all alone now. So we may have Cernanik just in the woods. To be determined what happened with him here. Hopefully we'll get it back and see what's going on there. We may have missed Tim Cernanik still coming through, so maybe had some slight issues, but not enough to come out. So he's feeling comfortable in that second place spot. Should be able to still advance through. Fantastic work from the two of them, duking it out the whole time. And a good, clean, safe run from Irving and Juan Pabon as well in the back, third and fourth there. On to our next heat here. We've got Pat Doherty in red, Santiago Gonzalez Salvador in green, Mateo Vasconcelos in blue, and Juan Montoya in yellow. The colors referencing of upper leg sleeves, not the color of the leathers. And let's see who takes it off first. And it's going to be Santiago Gonzalez Salvador. Oh, no. Yeah, Santiago lead there. Nice work from him. Pat Doherty having a slot in for third there. Oh, and a little move just up the end here. Excellent pass. Got around very quickly there. Nice work. And excuse me, that is there up front who just made that move to first place. So nice work from him. Great pass. And he's going to look to hold there with Santiago Gonzalez Salvador. Now going to have to fight off third place. Vasconcelos here. Mateo looking for a way up through. He's just trying to stay in touch with this race, trying to get comfortable in the slipstream. And Pat Doherty really feeling very cool up front there. That was clean work from him to get through that. The Rock Carolina. Fantastic free rider. He's newer to the race scene, but obviously he has the skills to pay the bills there. So nice work from him, grabbing lead out front in this round of 32 bracket. And we're down in the left there. Hopefully he's all right. And is going to be able to just make up a way through there. Yes, picks up that position comfortably. It looks like all riders back on their feet, comfortable, which is great. That's what you want to see. It can be those crashes can be really intense, or sometimes they just get lucky. So that was excellent work there. Pat Doherty relaxing now. He knows he's got in the bag. No worries for him. Going to cruise on down to the finish. All he needs to do is just get there with no crash. And, these riders they've been practice road, but most of them have been leaving each other some space in the practice runs, trying to keep it safe. So, going fully wheel to wheel here, looking for passing opportunities is experience today. Sometimes you got to wait till the race to do that safely. So, that's a challenging addition to this race setup here. But nice work from Pat Doherty through there. And it's going to be Santiago Gonzalez in second there, advancing to the next round. So nice work from those two. Back up on the line, we've got Morgan Smith in the red leg sleeve, Brian Sandoval green, Ivan Carrera blue, and Fernandez in yellow. And it looks like Andres Fernandez maybe not turning up to the line here, so just a round of 3. So all you got to do is not finish last in this situation, which is easier said than done, obviously. Morgan Smith with a strong kick out front. He's got the top qualifying of this round, which is what the red leg sleeve means there. The green leg sleeve, Brian Sandoval up in second there, which will leave Ivan Correro to fight for a way through here. Getting through the first kinks there and into this double apex riding. Or excuse me, the sweepers, and now diving in for that double apex. Oh, almost a little bit of contact there. But conditions are going to stay the same there. Brian Sandoval still for a way through, trying to find a way up the inside of Morgan Smith. These two are duking it out. Morgan Smith, the rider from the strong rider. Brian Sandoval just inching his round there. And it looks like these two are going to go wheel to wheel, side by side through these turns. Let's see who makes it out ahead. It's going to be a really close there. These two are not backing down. Morgan Smith pulls ahead just a little bit, leaving ball in second. Of course, both of them will advance if they maintain these positions, which is what they're going to want to do here. Again, top 2 advance, so all they need to do is not finish third. And, sometimes the spirit of competition gets going. Blood gets boiling, start looking for that first place spot. But really all they need to do is finish first and second, and they'll advance to the quarter of this qualifying series race. Morgan Smith looking extra comfortable through that section. Really strong rider, Morgan Smith, rode for the U.S. team. And Brian Sandoval looking super comfortable behind him as well. Nice work from both of these riders. They put in a pretty good gap for themselves here, so a comfortable round. And I think we'll start to see some of these rounds tight. We get a little further through the bracket here. Morgan Smith just coming by us now with some speed, comfortable top to bottom. Brian Sandoval in second. Nice work from him. Those two will advance to quarterfinals round of 16 in this qualifying series bracket. Fantastic work from these riders. We're now on the line with Lucas Schultz, Levi Mendoza, and Edrei. This is going to be a really interesting heat. Edrei Volpe is the third seed in this round, which is uncommon. He must have had some crashes in qualifying yesterday, so he's definitely probably racing a little below his normal position. You can see already pushing out strong for Volpe. He's not happy to be wearing the blue sleeve, and he's showing it now. He says, I'll take a strong first place lead. Excellent work from him. So this is going to be a tight one. Lucas Schultz sitting in third is going to be looking for a way around Levi Mendoza. Coming around left bound. And they've got some work to do if they want to stay in touch with Adriano Volpe. Volpe in a pretty solid lead here. And firing off the double right-hander. You can see grip through that, not even using a braking zone there, just fully gripping through the double right-hander. Some of these riders were telling me that they were gripping through that. I was very surprised. After I walked the track, I thought for sure they would need a brake, but they managed to thread the needle. And Schultz now looking a little out of touch with this race. His qualifying was fantastic, so he's definitely going to be frustrated with his third-place spot and looking for a way up through the mix here as they go through these sweepers into the first braking section. And Lucas has had any time to make up on Levi Mendoza. Volpe with a comfortable first deal. Lucas definitely picking up some time on Levi Mendoza's way up the inside. Just gives him a little clap there with his pucks to let him know, and he gets around. Schultz pulling it off in second place. Back into fencing position. We'll see if he tries to pick up another spot. Let's see how they come back into our frame here. Let's see if he's had any extra time to pick it up. Levi Mendoza now looking to duke it out for a third spot. Volpe and Lucas have built themselves a little bit of a lead here. And Lucas still may be looking for a way around, or at least stay very in touch with the race. He doesn't want to see any tail lights here, at least not by much. Really strong work from those two riders. Lucas built his way back from a long way back. That was an excellent build, excellent execution on the pass. Nice work from Lucas Schultz there. And Lucas Schultz found his way into first. And through that bottom section, found his way around Adriano Volpe. We are back on the line now with Max Cav, Stefan Villamizar, John Scheckler, and Ronan Skidmore. Just getting ready to drop here. Max Cap's in red leg sleeve with the very colorful suit there. Stefan Villamizar with the green leg sleeve just to Max's right. Of course, John Scheckler on the far left, the blue leg sleeve, and Ronan Skidmore with the yellow leg sleeve. A casual push from Ronan Skidmore there, but Max Cap's kicking in hard. Stefan Villamizar with the green leg sleeve slotting in second, and John Scheckler in third. Diving into the right-hander there. Setting up John Scheckler. Need a way to reel in this race here. Max Caps with a strong lead. Nice work through the double righty from everybody. Just little bits of braking there. And Max Caps looking really strong through the tuck lean. He's always a really strong tuck lean rider. He's really good at staying in tuck position while leaning over on his board and getting some turn out of it. Showing that off well here today. Stefan Villamizar in the green leg sleeve. Comfortable with that second place spot. And this road, just, narrow road, not easy to make a pass on. Can be really challenging to find ways around on a road like this. Sometimes we get big double lane roads where there's tons of room to pass, and sometimes it's more like a lane and a half like this. Let's see if we have any changes in the leadership coming through this section. Max Caps with an even more commanding lead. You can see him standing up now, just getting a little air brake in there. Comfortable with his position, drops down, gets that left-hand slide. A lot of these riders have been sliding left for these kink repeaters down low. That's kind of a back-to-back. It's sort of a left-hand sweeper, then a right-hand kink. And they find it works to drift while the board's pointed left and then snap it back up and dive into the right to grip right. So great work from both of them. Comfortable leads, leaving Jonathan Scheckler and Ronan Skidmore out back in third and fourth. We're getting towards the end of our round of 32 here in the QS race. We've got Snyder of Colombia, Joaquin Bazo from Peru, Jose Valdez from Panama, and Rand Edwards from Peru as well. Lined up today is Snyder Osorno with the red leg sleeve. Really strider. If you've never seen any of his Instagram clips, just a fantastic rider. The things he can do with the skateboard is just unbelievable. Really, really impressive stuff, and turns out it works pretty well for racing too. So, be interesting to see what he does here today with Wakazo, Jose Valdez, and Eduardo Durand Edwards. Waiting on the line for the all clear here. And he must have done it with the speed because he actually pulled quite as soon as he pulled the pass. Diving into those sweepers. Snyder with a strong lead, and it looks like Jose now back in third with Eduardo Duran Edwards slotting up into second. Jose now with some time to pick up here. See if he can make something happen through the slide left-hander there. Jose did look like he picked up a little bit of yardage there. We'll see if it's enough to get him back in the mix. And, of course, Jose Valdez, let's see how we've pulled through here. Of course, the Snyder with that strong lead there. Very comfortable here. One of the great Colombian riders. An absolute wizard on a skateboard, and we just get a little bit of time here to watch his magic. But the real question is this battle for second place, and let's see who it's going to come down to. And it looks like it's going to be Eduardo Duran Edwards, I think, with the lead here. Let's see. Let's get another shot when they come through. Oh, excuse me. Joaquin Bazo coming through in second there. And Jose in third. Excuse me. Yeah, so Joaquin Bazo in second. Snyder Osorno in first there. And you can see Snyder just having to back off right off the back of Jose right there, barely making it without contact. You can see he lost a little extra speed, but he managed his way back up through anyway. No problems for him, so fantastic work from Snyder Osorno getting into that first place spot. And excuse me for the mistakes earlier, but Joaquin Bazo did pick up that second place spot. Online, Louis Bouchard in the red leg sleeve, Will Royce green leg sleeve, and Trenton Mayron in the blue leg sleeve on the viewer's left here. Let's see who's got it off the line. Looks like a strong kick from Louis Bouchard. Will Royce having to push Mongo due to some ankle problems, so pushing with his opposite leg from normal. He was telling me before the race, I'm sure that's not a very comfortable way for him to push. He's having to kind of relearn how to push there, so no surprise he is a little unstable off the line, but still going to look for a way around Trenton here. Trenton going wide all the way out to the bales there, and Will Royce going to need to pick up that position if he wants to advance. Louis Bouchard built himself a strong lead. Will Royce just tracking, waiting for his opportunity. And you can see him just trying to track it down. Trenton with the foot brake. Interesting Brazilian-style foot brake. You can see him grab the front of his board and just drop that foot to shed a little bit of speed. And really interesting way to brake. I haven't seen that yet on this course. Kind of an old-school tactic, but it can work really well in certain situations when you just need to shed a little bit and you want to do it in a straight line. Especially with someone on your tail, it can always throw him off. So interesting move from Trenton there. We'll see who pulls the more speed out of this corner. See if Will Royce can pick up that position. And he's still going to be tracking for now, but really, really close there. And Will Royce just easing up the inside of Trenton, dumps the slide right in his face. Trenton down in the bails. Big crash from Trenton. Will Royce now walking away clean with that second place. If he can just hold on to it for the rest of his run, he's going to be pleased with that. Wow, side by side right into the bails there. And Trenton just couldn't quite get through that turn. Didn't shed enough. Maybe wasn't expecting to have to get around Will Royce in that exact position. So now Louis Bouchard with a clean run down through first place. As long as he can hold it together. He's got the 1-2 slide through the kink there. And Will Royce just going to need to hold on to his shorts and see what he can do. Stand and relax, and he knows he's got it. Just got to get down clean. Boy, that was a fantastic pass. Crash or no, he pulled off the pass clean, it looked like. And then Trenton just got off his line and couldn't quite get through the turn. So tough break for Trenton there. Let's hope he's all right. It did look like he jumped up pretty quick, though. So hopefully no injuries there. And we're going to be back at the top now. Starting soon will be our quarterfinals for the QS race here. We've got some practice riders to run. These are our championship tour riders you see now just dropping in for practice. You can see Harry and Dex there. Zach made them. A lot of big names dropping in, getting the last of their practice runs in. And so we're going to go ahead and take a break to commercial here while the CT riders get their practice in. Stay with us. You will not want to miss the rest of this QS race coming up shortly.
It's the little things that get me high. Won't you come with me and spend the night? It's the little things that get me high. Won't you come with me and spend the night? Just a little bit for you and I. And if it's meant to be, then that's alright.
Was on final underway on the open stand-up. It's a strong start. He's into the bails. No, in this contact. Also, and Clark goes tumbling down. Huge crash. Closed in. He's closed in. Oh no! An explosion. It's got the finish line. Harry Clark is the world champion. I can hear the cheers.
Welcome to the heart of the American Rockies, where the towering Wasatch Mountains set the stage for the fourth round of the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. The world's fastest downhill skateboarders descend upon Utah Olympic Park in Park City, transforming this legendary venue into a breathtaking arena of speed, precision, and fearless competition. Following last year's success in Rowan Mountain, the WDSC returns to the USA, where the Park City Olympic bobsled track becomes the ultimate battleground.
I am so happy to see the WDSC back in the United States. I think this is one of the biggest, richest, deepest territories for downhill skateboard racing and luge racing as well. Some of the best riders in the world are from here, and there are a lot of riders who maybe don't travel to events in Europe, but are still very, very accomplished riders, especially from past generations of riders who are here this weekend and still putting out really fast times. And as you can see, you know, this is the highest attended WDSC event by a wide margin, so obviously the enthusiasm here is high, and the feel is really good. So I'm so psyched to be racing again, you know, close to my home state and with a lot of the people that I really like to race with.
3 days of pure adrenaline, from free rides to the finals. Athletes from every corner of the globe will test their skill, their courage, and their control on one of the most demanding downhill courses on the continental United States. The incredible turnout at the event of 160 riders, combined with the backing of new tour sponsor Ohio Wheels, serves as a powerful testament to the sport's rapid growth and rising popularity, not only in the U.S., but around the world. Park City, Utah, a vibrant mountain town nestled in the heart of the Wasatch Range, is renowned for its breathtaking alpine scenery, rich Olympic heritage, and a spirit of adventure that thrives year-round. A twisting access road full of tight turns and 4 hairpins sets the scene where riders chase perfection at over 80 kilometers per hour. A dedicated chairlift then carries riders swiftly to the top of the course, where gravity takes command and the race begins.
So far here in Utah, it's been amazing. Like, the facility that we have here at the Olympic Park is almost unprecedented. We've never had all these factors combined in one event, with the chairlift, the protection, you know, the accommodation on site. So it's been really good, and everyone's been hosting us like amazingly, so we couldn't be happier.
The racing action kicked off with the QS Series, where skill and nerve were pushed to the limit. Amidst spectacular crashes and fierce competition, Nick Brahms surged ahead, claiming the top spot and setting the stage for an unforgettable weekend. Adrian Paynell has surged to the top of the standings with 3 consecutive victories, having won all 3 of his recent races. Another triumph could very well secure him the World Championship title.
3 out of 3 wins is a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. I'm not feeling it as much on this course, but that's okay. I put a lot of pressure on myself, but I know what I need to do, and I'm going to go out and do it.
Owen Fox is currently sitting second, right behind Adrian Paynell. After a stroke of bad luck in the last Isle of Man race, all eyes are on how he'll respond this time.
Yeah, so obviously I had a bit of an unfortunate end to my race at the Isle of Man at our last stop, but I think I've put that behind me. That was a bit of a fluke, sort of a track that didn't favor me at all, and I was struggling from day one, so I feel pretty confident that I've been able to put that behind me and feel very confident coming into this weekend.
Harry Clark has unfortunately experienced a lot of bad luck this season, managing to reach the podium only once in Erzincan. What can last year's champion salvage from this race and the remaining season?
Yeah, since the last race in the Isle of Man, had a bit of time for myself. You know, went on a couple trips with my girlfriend, but then after that we were straight back, nose to the grindstone, training for this, and you know, it's part of my life now, so I enjoy the process, I enjoy the training, and so straight back to the grindstone, getting ready for this, and really wanting to finish the season strong after maybe a pretty unfortunate start of the season. So yeah, really hoping to get some good results in Utah here and in El Salvador.
Dexter Manning made an excellent start to the season, but couldn't maintain the momentum. He has his work cut out to catch up to the leading pack and will need to focus for the rest of the season.
Yes, I'm sitting in a good spot right now. I got a little bit of catching up to do to make up some points to Owen and Harry, so hoping to have a good weekend here. It's going well so far. Had a clean weekend so far, so we'll see how qualifying goes, but
feeling good.
The Californian duo of Nick Broms and Antonio Madariaga came to Utah looking for a repeat of their podium spots on the Isle of Man. Both riders have the potential to challenge the leaders and will be crucial contenders as the race unfolds, pushing for every advantage to secure a top spot.
Yeah, so the Isle of Man was actually my first WDC race. I was kind of coming off the couch for that one. I'd been to one race in Norway before that, and I loved it. I ended up with a third there after qualifying third as well, and we're doing quali right now, and I'm super hungry to get back on the podium for my second WDC race ever.
After the qualifying round, it was Adrian Paynel that came out ahead of the pack with a time of 1 minute 43.722 seconds, followed by Harry Clark with 1 minute 45.283 seconds, and Nick Broms with 1 minute 45.291 seconds. With all the riders ready, it's now time for the Championship Tour race to start with a round of 32. In the first heat, Paynel is in red, Maitum in green, Fitter in blue, Green in yellow. Paynel gets the lead from the start and doesn't look back, with Fitter managing to come in second and Maitum a respectable third. In the second heat, Manning is in red, Pullet in green, Davis in blue, and Sherman in yellow. Pulley takes an early lead, but Manning overtakes after the first turn and steals the first spot. Coming into the third turn, Davis sees an opportunity and manages to pass Pulley. Manning keeps his lead until the end, and Davis comes in second. In the third heat, Maxwell is in red, and Patrick Stoll in green, and Austin Pedroni in yellow. Stoll takes the early lead with Maxwell in second, but the pair crash on the first turn, and Pedroni overtakes both riders to settle into the lead. But a penalty on Maxwell means Stoll progresses into the next round. In the fourth heat, Fox is in red with Mello in green, Bellinger in yellow. Bellinger has a great start to take the lead, but Fox manages to overtake on the first turn. For the rest of the race, the second spot is in contention with Bellinger and Robinson fighting it out down this daunting track. And on the last turn, Robinson finally overtakes Bellinger to secure his progression. In the fifth heat, Harry Clark is in red, Oscar Gutierrez is in green, with Kyle Nelson in blue, and Chase Hiller in yellow. With an excellent push-off, Clark takes the lead with Nelson in second, but a lapse in concentration on the first turn sees Hiller overtake his opponent and claim his position. Hiller and Gutierrez then go on an all-out battle with the pair overtaking each other until the last turn, where Hiller has the last lap and joins Clark in the next round. Heat 6 has Samuel Mitchell in red, Khalil Hamouri in green, and Andrew Atchison in blue, and Trevor Ovenden in yellow. From the start, Atchison goes on the attack to take the lead, with Hamouri in second, Mitchell in third. On the third turn, Mitchell steals second with a move on the inside, but Hamouri stays focused, and on the last turn manages to reclaim second spot to advance along with Atchison, who finishes first. In Heat 7, Lucas Schultz is in red, Simon Sneeden in green, Tim Del Rosario Rojas in blue, and Norman Plant in yellow. With a good start, Sneeden settles into first, and Schultz is in pursuit right behind him. At the fourth turn, Del Rosario Rojas makes an attempt on the inside to pass both Schultz and Sneeden, but he loses control and ends up in the bales. Out of the chaos, Schultz emerges first, with Sneeden coming in second. In the eighth heat, Nick Broms was ready in red, with Antonio Madariaga in green, AJ Daniels in blue, and Kavan Zamanyan in yellow. Straight from the start, Madariaga storms ahead to take the lead, but on the first turn, Broms makes a move on the inside and overtakes to settle into the lead. Daniels also has the speed to outmaneuver Madariaga and claim second position. But Madariaga doesn't give up and is rewarded for his persistence, as on the final turn, a tight line on the inside sees him overtake Daniels and progress into the next round along with Nick Broms. Now it's time for the quarterfinals, and in the first heat, Paynel is ready in red. Dexter Manning is in green, with Stephen Davis in blue and Mike Fitter in yellow. We now head over to our live commentary team for all the action.
as we go. Right, moving on to the stand-up quarterfinals. Paynell in red, Manning in green. Stephen Davis had a good run.
Mike Fitter in second place. Dex is definitely going to be looking for a way around that situation. Want to get in that second spot, get into the next round. And it looks like he's going to pick it up right here. Maybe not quite enough. Dex is so very much in touch with this race still. Just looking for any way around Mike Fitter if he could just squeeze by.
Dexter Manning got into second place. Paynell is off and away, but there's a real battle for second place here. 3 riders still in the mix for this one. Paynell coming through. Mike Fitter still in second place. What a race it's been from him. Here comes Dex Manning. Is he going to get him on the line? Yes!
Oh
he
my
gets
goodness.
him on the line. Okay, so we're getting ready. Fox in red, Pedroni in green, Stoll in blue over on the right-hand side of the road. John Robertson wearing the yellow leg sleeves. Get away at the second time of asking, and Owen Fox with a much better start. He doesn't want to have to work his way through a heat, and he's going to slot in to top spot.
Yeah, Stoll and Robinson just duking it out there, going side by side. Robinson finds his way in there, and Pedroni too, going to take him with him. Looks like we've got a new second and third there. Robinson and Pedroni are going to be the ones fighting it out for this advancement here. Pedroni looking for a way in on the insides, clean and easy. If he can hold that speed on the exit, it's going to be great. And Stoll looking for a way back into the mix here. Now he and Robinson are going to be side by side again. 2 or 3 wide into the bridge. Double
Come on,
apex.
guys, come on.
Diving in. Stoll looking for a way on the inside. Carves from way outside.
Well, the
Who's
battle
gonna
in
take
this.
the advantage out? There's a little bit of contact in the
Bales so close. It's Owen Fox that is storming away in this one, but the battle is really on for second place here. Fox is putting a blistering run together. That's going to give him some more confidence.
Pedroni just cutting in here and gets the pass around Robinson. Robinson's trying to take it back. Can't quite see who has the advantage. It looks like Robinson. Robinson got past, got it back, and got it done by the finish line. Unbelievable work from Robinson, holding off there.
Let's move on quickly to quarterfinal number 3. Harry Clark in red, Andrew Etchison in green, Khalil Hamouri in blue, Chase Hiller in yellow here, and we get underway.
Everybody in a draft train here. Everyone's still in the draft. Everyone in touch. Harry Clark lining up from the left side. Atchison gaining just a little bit of speed there. And Chase Hiller looking for a way in. And is he going to pick it up? They're going to go side by side. I'm not sure who's going to take advantage into this right-hander. Someone's going to bow out. It's a ferocious battle for second place. Chase coming around on the outside. Can he get on the inside through this next sweeper? Can he make any space for himself here? Barely any inch of road left for him to get, and it looks like he's going to just have to slot in for third again. He'll have to wait for the combo breaker to try to get anything done. Tiny little drift there, and can he just squeeze it out in the final right? Chase gets through!
Chase up into second place, and Harry Clark comes through and takes the victory. Chase Hiller in second place, and Etchison, you feel for him there. All right, looks like we're going to get this one underway. So Broms, Schultz, Madariaga, Sneethen, quarterfinal number 4 here, round at number 4. Strong, powerful start from Nick Broms. Madariaga into that tuck position early.
Looks like he almost edged out Nick Broms there, but Nick Broms getting a clean line through there, picks the position back up. Sneethen goes a little wide, running into 4th place. So Tony Madariaga in second. Lucas Schultz is going to be fighting from behind. He's got a little bit of a gap to close. Just looking for any opportunity here, making some space for himself. Barely has it there. Just gives a little tap to Antonio, let him know, hey, I'm here. By the way, just so you know. Little skid for both of them, and Lucas cuts it on the inside. Big right slide, and Tony takes it back.
Tony's through in second place. It's Broms and Madariaga who are going to take quarterfinal number 4 and go into the semi-finals.
The quarterfinals are done. The stage is set for the semis. Who will be victorious in Park City, Utah? Riders are ready at the top of the hill for the semifinals, and Paynell is once again in red with Owen Fox in green, Dexter Manning in blue, and John Robinson in yellow.
Third and fourth into the Consi final. We get away at the first time of asking. There's that strong kick from Paynell, and Robinson in the mix as well. Fox getting away pretty well.
You know, Robinson slotting right behind Owen, trying to get in that slipstream. Definitely, Paynell exactly where he wants to be in a strong first place lead. So he's going to try to build on that, make some space. Oh, and not letting him build on it too much. He's right up the tailpipes of Paynell right here. Can he get around through this next turn?
So all 4 riders very much in the mix. Manning just snaking around, and Paynell is not getting away. Fox in second. Robinson mixing it up with the world's best here, and Manning lurking in fourth.
Yeah, Manning got some room to pick up here. You know, he's going to try to maybe grab a double draft or something through the straightaway. We'll have to see what he does. Robinson trying to find a way. Almost goes up the backside of Owen. And Dexter capitalizes on the situation to almost grab a little position there. And he's coming up around the outside of John Robinson to grab that spot. And now he's only got one spot to make up through the straightaway.
And the man at the front of the race, Paynell, is not quite getting away like he would. He has done in some other races. Owen Fox in second place, but key thing, Robinson in the slipstream of Manning, just trying to get past here up to third place. Exceptional racing, and he's got the pace.
Fantastic racing from Robinson. He's going to try to get through Dexter Manning here, so he has a shot at getting around Owen through the final turn section. But Owen definitely building himself a comfortable little gap there. Not much, but just enough to maybe stave off some of the pressure. Robinson finds his way around, definitely sitting in third. Going to try to come up the inside of Owen here. Looks like he's getting for it.
Oh, he's not quite got it enough, and it's going to be Adrian Paynell that comes through. He's into the big final, one step closer to the world title. Fox holding off at John Robinson, who put together a spectacular race there. He goes into the Consi final with Dexter Manning.
So the results for the first semi-final are Paynell in first, with Fox in second, Robinson in third, and Manning in fourth.
So we get ready for the second semi-final. Nick Broms on the right-hand side of the road in red. Harry Clark in green, middle left lane. Madariaga in blue between Broms and Clark. And then Chase Hiller in yellow on the left-hand side of the road. This is going to be electric. Great start from Harry Clark. Madariaga getting away well, and Broms is maybe just going to squeeze into second place, but Madariaga's go nowhere.
Yeah, it looks like these two are going to go side by side into this turn. One of them will have to peel off to give advantage. Looks like it's going to be Madariaga. Lets Broms take it through, and he'll try to pick up that position a little bit later. Both of them coming through for the clean double time drift, little right, little left. And Madariaga all slotting back in the exact same way they came in.
Here we go, Chase Hiller. Watch out for him. He is actually in touch with everyone in this race, and he can whip that board around and build that speed. But it is Harry Clark and Nick Broms first and second.
Yeah, Chase Hiller's going to need to find a way into third place if he wants to be in touch with this race, but this is not the spot to do it. He decides. Madariaga still looking for a shot away around Broms, and Chase Hiller just barely slots in. He's going toe-to-toe with Madariaga. Looks like they're going to go side by side all the way down the first straightaway.
So which lane do you want to be in? Who do you want to be through the bridge tunnel? Madariaga on the right-hand side. That's where I kind of want to be in this position, but Hiller might be able to pinch the apex on the outside here. But at the front of the race, it is Harry Clark in top spot with Nick Broms in second. A bit of a gap building between second and third. Chase Hiller trying to get round the outside. He's got some pace, but Madariaga finds a little bit more through this sweeping section.
Yeah, if Chase and Antonio don't find a way to pick up some pace here, then they're not going to be able to get into that final position. So there you go. Antonio gives Chase a little bit of hurry up and go on through Nick and Harry. Nick finds his way in through Harry Clark, looking for the first place spot. Doesn't even want to settle for second. Wow, looks like Nick and Harry going to be taking it on through to the finish line. Chase in a comfortable third. Antonio rounding it out at fourth.
In the second semi-final, Nick Broms comes in first, with Harry Clark in second and Chase Hiller third. Antonio Madariaga has to settle for fourth.
Ready to fight.
We've got the Consi final all lined up. The drones are in the air. John Robinson, what a race for him. He wears red. Chase Hiller in green. Dexter Manning in blue, and Antonio Madariaga in yellow. Few spots of rain falling just outside the commentary position. Oh, they've gone. Okay, so in that top spot at the moment, it's Madariaga. Bit of a
little confusing there. It looked like a false start, but it didn't get called, so not sure what's going on there. But for now, we're in the race. Madariaga already with a strong lead. Dex Manning trying to pull in, see if he can pull off a fifth place here. Looks like he's coming in the inside, and it is actively raining. This road is getting wetter and wetter, so they've got to keep it safe. Dex Manning just getting away around Madariaga.
So Manning in top spot, that's where he wants to be here. Madariaga in second, but there might be some more rain further down the hill. Madariaga just trying to come through, takes the inside line, but Manning gets that exit speed, holds the spot.
Nice work from Madariaga.
But Robinson, what a day he's having. Now he's side by side with Madariaga, and he's going to get the spot here. He's going to close the door, but Madariaga's been good at getting on that inside line.
Antonio Madariaga has just lost spot and is a little bit off pace of John Robinson.
Oh, no! Oh, that
Madariaga
must be
down.
due to the rain, surely.
These two just making it through just barely.
So Dax Manning comes through, takes a pretty dramatic Consi final.
Just before the finals were scheduled to take place, the heavens opened up and conditions were deemed too dangerous for riders to skate. After the weather settled, riders took cautious runs to test the track's safety for the final. Finally, a very wet final was given the go-ahead by the marshals, and the final four were ready at the top of the hill. We now connect back up with our live commentary for the last time.
Adrian Paynell, Nick Broms, Harry Clark, and Owen Fox on the start line.
It's soaking wet out there. You can see they've got rain wheels on, ready to go. Got one or two practice laps in the wet, but it's a completely different track in the rain. So, the lines that they've been working for the last 3 days are not going to be in play. They're going to be working with completely new stuff here. It's anybody's game right now.
We haven't had any rain today. We've been a little lucky with the weather, but this is an outdoor sport. This is what can happen sometimes. So Paynell in red, Clark in blue, Nick Broms in green, Owen Fox in yellow. Round number 4, the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship here in Park City, Utah. Blisteringly quick start from Clark. That is what he wanted. Adam, he's super experienced and might be the man that can handle these conditions in the rain, but this field is stacked with talent in the men's final.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is the start that he wanted to get. He's got a strong kick, and he wants to use it here, get away from any of the carnage that he can in the wet. Anything can happen in the wet. The further you can be from any kind of hairy situation, that's what you want. So Paynell looking for a way around here. He's got to find some way to make a move around Clark if he wants a shot at this. And, Owen Fox tracing from way back here. He's got a little bit of work to do. He's got his work cut out for him. Currently sitting in the same stacked 4 position. No one able to make a move yet. Everyone just sitting in the slipstream, looking for an opportunity, looking to make some space here. Frenchie setting up something, maybe tracing behind Harry, seeing if he can get a little quicker through this grip turn. Now, Nick was phenomenal through this turn in the QS races. See if he can put something together here and maybe get into one of the top 2 spots there.
Well, Broms is hanging on a little bit. He's sitting in third. Maybe Owen Fox is too far back here. But Clark in front. He's not won yet this season. Paynell has won all 3 races, but can Paynell find a little bit of magic through the wet in towards the final turn as we're sweeping down this Park City course? Broms in third place. He really looks like he's hanging on. Now we're starting to break much earlier than we have done. Oh, Paynell and Clark are right next to each other. Paynell's running wide. Here comes Broms on the inside. Oh, they just avoid each other. And Paynell gets his foot down. Adam, he's pushing, he's skating.
Up into the kick. Maybe it'll be enough to get him into a spot. Can't quite tell yet. It looks like he's going to slot in and try to tuck behind Harry. Maybe not going to have enough time. Harry is going to take it.
Clark gets it. His first win of the season. Paynell crossing the line in second place. Nick Broms rounds off a great weekend in third. Owen Fox finishing in 4th place. What a final, what a race we've had here today in Park City, Utah.
And the final results have Harry Clark in first place, Adrian Paynell in second, Nick Broms in third, and Owen Fox in 4th.
A wise man once said, it's a wet race, it doesn't count. But I'm still happy. So, yeah, I've had a rough run this year, man. Like, if you've been following along this season, it's been a tough one for me, trying to defend my crown. Not my crown anymore, and that's all good, but this one's sweet. I worked real hard for this, so yeah, pretty happy. Yeah, baby, get that skate.
After the semifinals, Adrian Paynell had technically secured the 2025 World Championship, and the final was merely a formality. Paynell sits on top of the leadership table with 386 points, followed by Harry Clark with 307 and Owen Fox with 275.
I clinched the world title today, so super happy about that. Harry rode a beautiful race and defended super well in the last corner. I tried everything I had, but it wasn't enough today. But the season treated me well, so fourth would have secured it. So I was stoked just to be in finals because that meant I was world champion. So yeah, no, it was a lot of fun on the rain. I hope to be here next year and see how it goes.
That brings our coverage from Utah to an end. See you in El Salvador for the final round of the 2025 season of the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship.
Was on final underway on the Olympic stand-up. It's a strong start. He's into the rails. No, in this contact. Also, and Clark go tumbling down. Huge crash. He's closed in. Oh no! What an explosion! It's got the finish line. Harry Clark is the world champion. I can hear the cheers.
Was on.
Here we go, folks. The Open Street Luge World Downhill Skateboarding Championship.
Abdelmajsan is dominating at the front of
turn number 5. Beautiful pass. Oh, huge crash there. David Fraser. Colby Parks always making contact. Oh no! Telegraph is down. Side by side. Marco Menino from Italy grabs it on the line. Unbelievable racing.
Welcome to the heart of the American Rockies, where the towering Wasatch Mountains set the stage for the 4th round of the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. The world's fastest downhill skateboarders descend upon Utah Olympic Park in Park City, transforming this legendary venue into a breathtaking arena of speed, precision, and fearless competition. Following last season's unforgettable round at Rowan Mountain, the WDSC returns to the United States for another adrenaline-filled showdown. The competition unfolded on the Olympic bobsled track access road, a twisting descent carved with 4 sharp hairpins and a relentless 9% gradient. This unprecedented course demands control at breakneck speeds, exceeding 80 kilometers per hour, and will push riders to the edge of perfection.
Oh, the track is nice. The track is really nice. It's not so super fast, but it's all about perfection here, and it's a lot about the start.
It's very nice and wide. You have a lot of room to figure out what line you're going to take. The downside to that is if you make a mistake, everyone behind you is going to take really good advantage of that.
A lift will then swiftly carry competitors back to the start line for a brief moment of calm before another gravity-fueled storm down the mountain. Over 3 adrenaline-filled days, from free ride sessions to the championship finals, athletes from across the globe will test their nerve, their reflexes, and their endurance on one of the continent's toughest downhill runs. Set against Park City's vibrant mountain backdrop, known for its Olympic heritage and year-round adventure culture, the event captures the essence of competition and camaraderie.
Like I said, this place, for Luge, this place is great. Pavement's smooth, the chairlift is perfect. Being up this high, I'm not used to it. I live at sea level, so I'm not used to this altitude, but it's really good training, and I can't wait to come back next year.
With a record field of 160 riders and strong support from new tour sponsor Ohio Wheels, this year's stop underscores the explosive growth of downhill skateboarding, a sport that's accelerating in popularity not just in the U.S. but across the world. In this program, we bring you all the action from the open street luge and women's stand-up category.
Here to dominate.
22 riders from over 10 nations came to Park City, Utah for the 4th round of the WDSC Championship Tour. Ulrich Becker currently leads the championship standings in the luge category, arriving in Utah with everything to win. The German rider has been in exceptional form this season. However, being the front runner brings its own challenges, and all eyes will be on Becker to see if he can withstand the mounting pressure from his rivals.
When I race, I really focus on what I'm doing in every moment. Of course, there's a little bit of a pressure, but I try to take it playful.
Abdul Madzan came to Utah determined to make up for his absence in the last race on the Isle of Man. The Malay rider knows every point counts at this stage of the season, and he's approaching the Park City round with renewed focus and intensity. A strong finish here could put him right back in the mix for the overall title.
With only 2 events left in this season, which is round 4, Park City, Utah, USA, and round 5, El Salvador, my focus is obviously to take things one step at a time. So obviously my focus is on this event and to do well.
Defending champion Colby Parks now sits in 2nd position and needs a strong performance to stay in contention with the leading pack. With his trademark consistency and fierce determination, Parks will be looking to close the gap and remind everyone why he's the reigning champion.
Great to be here in Park City. On a personal note, this place, I was kind of obsessed with the 2002 Olympics that happened here, so it's awesome to be here. With Abdul being back, it's going to be, basically it comes down to whoever wins this race. If Abdul wins, championship's over. If me and Ulrich win, it goes on to El Salvador. So strategy is just to try to get to the final, and a lot of good guys here. It's not guaranteed at all, and just try to win, because it's win or bust for me this weekend.
Andy Lally had a strong showing in last year's U.S. event and is back once again to put his extensive motorsport experience to use on the luge track. A seasoned competitor with years of racing under his belt, Lally is expected to be a serious contender as he continues to refine his technique and will push for a podium finish.
Rhone was amazing. I came up just a bit short. The only thing that's going to satisfy me here is a win, but the competition's even higher. We've got a handful of really, really good guys at the sharp end of the grid here that are going to be up front, and I think it's going to make for a pretty crazy final if I can get there.
Now it's time for the quarterfinals, and it all kicks off with Heat 1, where Andy Lally, Colby Parks, Josh Fieldwick, and James Cook push off from the top of the track. Lally takes the lead before the first turn with Cook second, Park third, and Fieldwick in fourth. Colby makes a move on the inside and claims second position from Cook coming out of the first turn. The order doesn't change until the end, and they finished with Andy Lally and Colby Parks progressing onto the next round. Heat 2 starts with Frederick LaBerge, Tatiana Hill, Ross Baradoy, and William Wright pushing off to get things started. But on the third turn, a move from LaBerge on the inside sees the Canadian rider claim first position from leader Baradoy. The order remains the same until the end, and LaBerge and Baradoy progress. Ulrich Becker, Rylan English, Marco Menino, and Peter Joseph line up and push off for Heat 3 and a chance to advance into the semifinals. Rylan English is the clear leader before the first turn, but along with Marco Menino, the first turn proves difficult for the experienced riders.
And we're back here live in Tamanique for the quarterfinals of the QS race. Getting set on the line here, we've got Nick Brahms, Kevin Toledo Guevara, Troy Yardwaste, and Tim Cernanek. A couple folks just still getting ready up on the line here, getting some helmets on. Waiting for the all clear here. From right to left on your screen, we've got Nick Brahms. And we've just lost our folks there. But Nick Brahms, Kevin Toledo Guevara, Troy Yardwaste, and then who was on the far left was Tim Cernanek. So we'll see them again in a second. Here they are. And these rounds are definitely going to be getting tighter as we get on through the day. So getting in, like I said, quarterfinals. So this is round of 16 for the QS race. And they're off. Strong start from Nick Brahms again. He's got a great kick. Kevin Toledo Guevara kicking into second there. Troy Yardwaste back in third. Coming through the first right sweeper there. Everybody tight. Tuck leaning through there. Everybody's arms back. And I got a feeling this is going to be a tight heat. They look like, if anything, they're bunching up. So let's see how things go here. Troy Yardwaste with a little bit of room to make up to try to get around Guevara there. Tim Cernanek a little bit losing touch with the race. Tim down in the backfield. Tim Cernanek just in the hay bales there. Going to be hard for him to make up that time. So it's going to be a battle for second here between Troy Yardwaste and Kevin Guevara. Troy just tracking both of them. You can see arms out for balance there, just trying to stay upright. This course is super technical, difficult to stay upright. Troy just sneaking up the inside. They're going to go side by side through these turns. Troy with the advantage there, just edging out Guevara. Nick still with a commanding lead there. And it looks like Troy's going to take away that spot and hold on to it for a little bit. Kevin still very much in touch with this race, looking for any way around Troy Yardwaste. He is fighting for it really hard right now. Kevin Guevara, strong racer, really aggressive racer, definitely looking for some way up. And apologize for the discontinuity here. We are, of course, streaming this in a jungle, so a little difficult to get the continuity between cameras. It's a challenging setup. And, difficult communications. We're out here in the mountains, so very challenging to get all of this organized, as you can imagine. But just saw a couple fly by there. Let's see what the final order is here at the finish. Should be coming through any second. See if Nick Brahms was able to hold on to his first place. See between Guevara and Troy Yardwaste who's going to pull out that second spot for a spot in the semifinals. Nick Brahms clean up front. Kevin Toledo Guevara in second, leaving Troy Yardwaste to have to settle for third place here. An excellent fight up top for that position. Didn't quite go his way today. And hopefully Tim Cernanek still on his feet. Looked like we saw him get up and start skating down earlier, so I think he's okay, but haven't seen him come through the line yet. He's taken a couple of big spills this weekend, so it's got to be taking a toll mentally. Whenever you take those big hits back to back, it can really wear you down and wear on your mental, and you've got a lot more fighting to do. So we're back on the line now. Morgan Smith, Pat Doherty, Brian Sandoval, and Santiago Gonzalez-Salaberry. Lining up there, strong kick out. Nice work from Santiago Gonzalez-Salaberry, finding his way into that first place spot. Brian Sandoval with second place there. Not bad from him. And a little bit of a battle for second place. They're going to go wheel to wheel there. Morgan Smith looking for a way up and around. Looks like he's going to find it around Brian Sandoval there. Nice work from Morgan Smith to get into that second place spot, and an aggressive move early on a track like this. Sandoval just barely staying on the track there. It looks like Morgan Smith picks up a second position, so it's going to be Gonzalez-Salaberry now to fend off, hold that second spot if he wants a spot in the semifinals. Morgan Smith made excellent work in the top of that course. but it looks like it's not over yet. Gonzalez Salvador finding his way back up around into first. These two just kind of trading spots out here for first place and leaving the rest of the pack in the dust. Really strong work from both of those two riders. Aggressive moves early on. Want to make a stance, want to show where they're at. And maybe now backing off just a little bit because they know they've got this lead here. And you can see both of them getting nice, clean toe side drifts in there. And they're both goofy riders turning to the left. That means it's going to be a toe side drift for them. For those who aren't as familiar with the directions there, let's see if they hold those positions as they come through here in the sweepers. Yep, still looking quite comfortable. Morgan Smith back in a tuck lean position there. Really nice tuck. Morgan Smith has a great tuck, super low, really fast, aerodynamic tuck. Picked up those spots really quickly, and that's really what you want to do, especially in a round where you feel confident in your position. And it looked like Patrick Doherty may have found a way up front. We didn't quite see how the magic happened there. It could be that there was a crash in the back, but we may see a Patrick Doherty advance here, and it is. Patrick Doherty, the North Carolina rider, finding his way up around Brian Sandoval. Not sure where he was able to pull that pass off, but excellent work from him to find that second place position for a spot in the semifinals. Possibly a crash with the gap that Gonzalez Salvador had back there. Not quite sure what happened there, but he'll be happy with that result for sure. The semifinals in the QS is something to behold. So Lucas Schultz, Max Cap, Stefan Villamazar, and Adriano Volpe in this one. You can see that focus, waiting for the beep on the line. Strong kick, Max Caps, and Adriano Volpe looking like he got out just front. Max Caps slotting into second there. Lucas Schultz looking for a way to not be in fourth here. He's got to fight his way up into third. And disregard what you see on your screen. There is only one Adriano Volpe on the track. Lucas Schultz actually making his way up around Stefan Villamazar. Adriano Volpe, the real Adriano Volpe, is out front. And Max Caps down. Lucas Schultz finding his way through. Max Caps down in the bales. Lucas Schultz now up in the second spot. Fought his way up from fourth. Made one pass, passed around one crash. Not easy to do, threading the needle through boards and riders and chaos and mayhem there. So excellent work from Lucas to do that. Adriano Volpe now with a strong lead. And it looks like these two are going to be able to just run away with it unless Stefan Villamizar can make something happen from the back here. He's going to have quite a bit of time to pick up if he wants to get in the mix there. But so far, these two looking clean through the bottom section of this track. Going to get to just take a nice, relaxed run. Relax as you can be on a road that maxes out at 25% grade. It's unbelievably steep. Tight turns both directions. And inconsistent turns. The turns on, sometimes you get turns that are kind of the same turn mirrored over and over again. And we've got a little bit of that with the matching first hook and second hook in the lower bit of the track. But a lot of this is really varied, which makes for a really nice character of the road. You get some wide turns, you get a couple of kind of double apex turns, and then some wider turns and a couple of really tight slide turns. So nice character in this track. You get a really nice balance of different types of corners. And it looks like those two are going to cruise through with it. Let's see them come through the finish line. Lucas Schultz, comfortable. Adriano Volpe, also comfortable. And Adriano Volpe, again, low qualifying spot for him. I think probably due to some crashing. Didn't quite see what happened to him, but he's certainly a better racer than his qualifying would say. He'll be racing in yellow sleeves all day, but no problem for him. He seems to be comfortable with it, making moves up through the bracket. Next on the line, we've got Louis Bouchard in red, Snyder Osorno with the green sleeve, William Royce with the blue sleeve, and Joaquin Bazo with the yellow sleeve on the far left of your screen there. And they are off now. Louis Bouchard looking like he's going to win the kick. It's Snyder Osorno in second, and it's going to be side-by-side for Will Royce and Joaquin Bazo. Joaquin just edging out Royce there. Louis Bouchard with excellent pace up through here. Nice work from him. Will Royce looking for some way to get around. He's clapping. You can see him clapping his pucks there just to let Joaquin Bazo know, hey, I'm coming around you. Don't cut in too tight because I'm going to make the pass. Joaquin Bazo in the bails. Looks like it'll be out of the race for him unless there's another crash further down. Will Royce now with just one spot to pick up to advance to the next round. Will Royce now tracking a Snyder. See if he can make something happen here. As Snyder checks back to see his gap, and there's not much of one. Will Royce just gets around the inside there. As Snyder probably unhappy with the fact that he looked back there. Might have lost a little bit of speed. And Will Royce now going to pick up that speed, use it as a slingshot, and try to gain a little bit of an advantage here. See if he can even maybe get in the draft of Louis Bouchard to help give himself a little extra advantage. Maybe not quite going to be in the draft there, so it will still be a battle for second here. And just slipping up the inside is a Snyder Osorno taking the position back from Will Royce. Will Royce just smashing that drift there. And you can tell how steep this is, but these guys these drifts they're big drifts for what they are. For relatively wide corners, these guys are just punching these drifts. And we'll see if the Snyder's going to hold that position. Louis Bouchard definitely holding his position. The pink leather's iconic suit from Louis Bouchard. You got to love that. Love a suit that stands out. Louis Bouchard jamming his way down the bottom. And a Snyder now putting a sizable gap on William Royce. We may even have a crash back here in between the blind spot of our cameras there that we didn't see, given the gap we have to Will Royce here. So it looks like it's going to be Louis Bouchard and a Snyder Osorno taking that one. Louis Bouchard putting pucks down across the finish line. Celebration. He knows he's got it. He's happy with that. And Snyder with a scare up top. Will Royce passed him with the quickness. He definitely had to fend that situation off, stay in it, stay locked in and focused to gain that position back. Will Royce on his feet, so probably not a crash there. He's looking good. And Joaquin Bazo on his feet as well, which is good to see after that crash up top for him. And that's our quarterfinals for the QS race today. Coming up shortly will be the semifinals. They've got our CT racers up top just getting ready for their practice runs. That's our Champion Tour racers. They'll be qualifying later today and racing tomorrow. We'll go ahead and take it to a commercial while these guys get their practice going. And stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
It's the little things that get me high. Won't you come with me and spend the night? It's the little things that get me high. Won't you come with me and spend the night? Just a little thing for you and I. And if it's meant to be, then that's alright.
race was on.
Final underway of the open stand-up. It's a strong start. He's into the bales. Oh, in this contact.
Also, and Clark good tumbling down. Huge crash.
Closed in. He's closed in. Oh, no! An explosion. It's got the finish line over there. Harry Clark is the world champion. I can hear the cheers.
Welcome to the heart of the American Rockies, where the towering Wasatch Mountains set the stage for the fourth round of the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. The world's fastest downhill skateboarders descend upon Utah Olympic Park in Park City, transforming this legendary venue into a breathtaking arena of speed, precision, and fearless competition. Following last year's success in Rowan Mountain, the WDSC returns to the USA, where the Park City Olympic bobsled track becomes the ultimate battleground.
I am so happy to see the WDSC back in the United States. I think this is one of the biggest, richest, deepest territories for downhill skateboard racing and luge racing as well. Some of the best riders in the world are from here, and there are a lot of riders who maybe don't travel to events in Europe, but are still very, very accomplished riders, especially from past generations of riders who are here this weekend and still putting out really fast times. And as you can see, you know, this is the highest attended WDSC event by a wide margin, so obviously the enthusiasm here is high and the feel is really good. So I'm so psyched to be racing again, you know, close to my home state and with a lot of the people that I really like to race with.
3 days of pure adrenaline, from free rides to the finals. Athletes from every corner of the globe will test their skill, their courage, and their control on one of the most demanding downhill courses on the continental United States. The incredible turnout at the event of 160 riders, combined with the backing of new tour sponsor Ohio Wheels, serves as a powerful testament to the sport's rapid growth and rising popularity, not only in the U.S., but around the world. Park City, Utah, a vibrant mountain town nestled in the heart of the Wasatch Range, is renowned for its breathtaking alpine scenery, rich Olympic heritage, and a spirit of adventure that thrives year-round. A twisting access road full of tight turns and 4 hairpins sets the scene where riders chase perfection at over 80 kilometers per hour. A dedicated chairlift then carries riders swiftly to the top of the course, where gravity takes command and the race begins.
The race was on.
Here we go, folks. The Open Street Luge World Downhill Skateboarding Championship.
Abdel Majsan is dominating at the front of the
Turn number 5, beautiful pass. Colby Parks always making contact. Oh no! Telegraph is down! Side by side. Marco Menino from Italy grabs it on the line. Unbelievable racing.
Welcome to the heart of the American Rockies, where the towering Wasatch Mountains set the stage for the fourth round of the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. The world's fastest downhill skateboarders descend upon Utah Olympic Park in Park City, transforming this legendary venue into a breathtaking arena of speed, precision, and fearless competition. Following last season's unforgettable round at Rowan Mountain, the WDSC returns to the United States for another adrenaline-filled showdown. The competition unfolded on the Olympic bobsled track access road, a twisting descent carved with 4 sharp hairpins and a relentless 9% gradient. This unprecedented course demands control at breakneck speeds, exceeding 80 kilometers per hour, and will push riders to the edge of perfection.
Oh, the track is nice. The track is really nice. It's not so super fast, but it's all about perfection here, and it's a lot about the start.
It's very nice and wide. You have a lot of room to figure out what line you're going to take. The downside to that is if you make a mistake, everyone behind you is going to take really good advantage of that.
A lift will then swiftly carry competitors back to the start line for a brief moment of calm before another gravity-fueled storm down the mountain. Over 3 adrenaline-filled days, from free ride sessions to the championship finals, athletes from across the globe will test their nerve, their reflexes, and their endurance on one of the continent's toughest downhill runs. Set against Park City's vibrant mountain backdrop, known for its Olympic heritage and year-round adventure culture, the event captures the essence of competition and camaraderie.
Like I said, this place, for Luge, this place is great. Pavement's smooth, the chairlift is perfect. Being up this high, I'm not used to it. I live at sea level, so I'm not used to this altitude, but it's really good training, and I can't wait to come back next year.
With a record field of 160 riders and strong support from new tour sponsor Ohio Wheels, this year's stop underscores the explosive growth of downhill skateboarding, a sport that's accelerating in popularity not just in the U.S. but across the world. In this program, we bring you all the action from the open street luge and women's stand-up category.
Here to dominate.
22 riders from over 10 nations came to Park City, Utah for the 4th round of the WDSC Championship Tour. Ulrich Becker currently leads the championship standings in the luge category, arriving in Utah with everything to win. The German rider has been in exceptional form this season. However, being the front-runner brings its own challenges, and all eyes will be on Becker to see if he can withstand the mounting pressure from his rivals.
When I race, I really focus on what I'm doing in every moment. Of course, there's a little bit of a pressure, but I try to take it playful.
Abdul Madzan came to Utah determined to make up for his absence in the last race on the Isle of Man. The Malay rider knows every point counts at this stage of the season, and he's approaching the Park City round with renewed focus and intensity. A strong finish here could put him right back in the mix for the overall title.
With only 2 events left in this season, which is round 4, Park City, Utah, USA, and round 5, El Salvador, my focus is obviously to take things one step at a time. So obviously my focus is on this event and to do well.
Defending champion Colby Parks now sits in 2nd position and needs a strong performance to stay in contention with the leading pack. With his trademark consistency and fierce determination, Parks will be looking to close the gap and remind everyone why he's the reigning champion.
Great to be here in Park City. On a personal note, this place, I was kind of obsessed with the 2002 Olympics that happened here, so it's awesome to be here. With Abdul being back, it's going to be basically, it comes down to whoever wins this race. If Abdul wins, championship's over. If me and Ulrich win, it goes on to El Salvador. So strategy is just try to get to the final, and a lot of good guys here. It's not guaranteed at all, and just try to win because that's just win or bust for me this weekend.
Andy Lally had a strong showing in last year's U.S. event and is back once again to put his extensive motorsport experience to use on the luge track. A seasoned competitor with years of racing under his belt, Lally is expected to be a serious contender as he continues to refine his technique and will push for a podium finish.
Rhone was amazing. I came up just a bit short. The only thing that's going to satisfy me here is a win, but the competition's even higher. We've got a handful of really, really good guys at the sharp end of the grid here that are going to be up front, and I think it's going to make for a pretty crazy final if I can get there.
Now it's time for the quarterfinals, and it all kicks off with Heat 1, where Andy Lally, Colby Parks, Josh Fieldwick, and James Cook push off from the top of the track. Lally takes the lead before the first turn with Cook second, Park third, and Fieldwick in fourth. Colby makes a move on the inside and claims second position from Cook coming out of the first turn. The order doesn't change until the end, and they finish with Andy Lally and Colby Parks progressing onto the next round. Heat 2 starts with Frederick LaBerge, Tatiana Hill, Ross Baradoy, and William Wright pushing off to get things started. But on the third turn, a move from LaBerge on the inside sees the Canadian rider claim first position from leader Baradoy. The order remains the same until the end, and LaBerge and Baradoy progress. Ulrich Becker, Rylan English, Marco Menino, and Peter Joseph line up and push off for Heat 3 and a chance to advance into the semifinals. Rylan English is the clear leader before the first turn, but along with Marco Menino, the first turn proves difficult for the experienced riders as they crash into the bales. Ulrich Becker now distances himself from the pack and retains the lead until the end. Peter Joseph manages to finish second and advance to the semis. In Heat 4, Abdul Madzan, Nicholas Kemming, and Sabrina Riffenberg get things started on the last quarterfinal heat. Madzan is leading the race with Kemming giving chase, but Riffenberg seems to be losing contact with the leading pair. The order remains the same until the end, and Kemming and Madzan advance onto the next round. The stage is set and the riders ready. It's time for the semifinals. We now join the live commentary to find out who will progress into the finals.
Semi-final 1, the Open Street Luge is ready. Lally, Laberge, Parks, Baradoy. So here we go with that first semi-final, and Lally working well. You can see the strength. He does a lot of, I think it's jiu-jitsu as well. I'll try and say that one again. And it gives him that strength, that flexibility, that power. Laberge in second. He's a powerful guy himself. Got a lot of strength. And Colby Parks is going to have to try and make a pass. Will he do it? So it's Lally with the advantage, but Laberge and Parks are not far behind, and Baradoy's got to get into that slipstream as we come through. Colby Parks getting very close to Laberge, but it's still the same 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, holding those positions for now, but definitely these guys are all in touch with each other. I think we can definitely still see a battle through the bottom section of this course here. And Colby just looking for any way in around Laberge. Doesn't quite get it on this one. He's going to have to settle for sitting in the slipstream and see what he can do through the double apex right-hander.
Well, Lally's still in command of this race, but Laberge and Parks are not going anywhere. This is where Lally is so quick. The street losers are not breaking. Colby Parks trying to go on the inside. Laberge shuts the door on him. Exceptional racing from the man from Quebec, but Colby Parks in the slipstream of Laberge.
Yeah, he's got a long straightaway to try to utilize this strip seam. He's got to see what he can do. Got to see if he can make some time here, make any window for himself. And he cuts in on the inside in the sweeper, making a move on Laberge there. Can he pull away with the advantage into the final corner sections here? It looks like he may just edge out Laberge.
So Laberge is holding on. He's going on the inside. Laberge and Parks. Is there a little bit of contact there? No, I think that was clean racing. And Laberge is going to knock out his countryman. And Colby Parks applauds him as well. That was exceptional racing. Andy Lally and Frederick Laberge into the final. Adam, wow.
At the end of the first semi-final, Andy Lally takes first spot with Frederick Laberge in second, Colby Parks in third, and Ross Baradoy in fourth. We now move on to the second semi-final.
So, Abdul Madzan, semi-final number 2. He's in red on the right-hand side of the road. Totally different approach to Andy Lally. Ulrich Becker in green. Kemming in blue, Peter Joseph in yellow. Becker doesn't get the best of starts, but so he's going to have to work for it. It's Kemming getting away well. Abdul Madzan gets down low quick, doesn't he? Does what he needs to do, gets into that aerodynamic position, and he's off.
Yeah, Nick Kemming with a strong start there, Ulrich. Like you said, Ulrich, not the strongest start, but he knows how to play this game. He's comfortable playing from third. He's got a long track left to pick it up. He may even try to go ahead and just pick it up in this first turn here.
And Ulrich Becker on the inside. This is where Ulrich Becker is so good. Breaks it early, as does Kemming, and they're side by side into turn at number 2. Kemming might be able to just pinch it there, but no, Becker holds him off, and he's up into second place.
Becker with a textbook path through that turn 2. He's going to look to capitalize on that lead a little bit, maybe get into Abdil's slipstream and kind of collect with him and cause a second group. But Nick Kemming trying to look for some space here, looking for any way to gain that position back, but looking like he's going to have to fight it out in the straightaways or through the bridge turn here.
So Abdul Madzan off and away, and he's just whipping it through this turn. Becker telling us yesterday, no, we are not breaking through here whatsoever. And Kemming, he's got to just try and close up. He's got to throw everything he can, but this is where Becker is so good at building speed through these sections.
Yeah, Becker, great in a straight line, great through sweepers, so it's going to be really tough for Nick Kemming here. He's going to have to make something happen probably in that last turn. Even if he can close this gap a little bit, he's going to have to make a big pass there. So this gap seems to be getting bigger, if anything. Nick Kemming probably not going to be able to make this happen for him. It's going to be Abdil and Ulrich who walk away with it as long as they can get out of this last turn clean. Abdil, Ulrich to the line. Easy money for Abdul Madzan and Ulrich Becker today going to the final seat.
The finals are now shaping up. The second semi-final sees Abdul Madzan in first and Ulrich Becker in second. Nicholas Kemming and Peter Joseph come in third and fourth respectively. Alongside the men's luge event, 4 fearless women took to the track in Park City, competing fiercely and earning their places in the finals of the women's luge category. Tatiana Hill and Maura Jacobis from Canada were joined by Laureline Pastor from France and Samantha Marsteller from the USA, and were ready to battle it out for glory.
We are ready to crack on with the women's street luge final. Laureline Pastor took the win in Austria. Kubiec took second place. So the title up for grabs here. Who is going to take it? We are underway. Nice start there from Rose Hill in the red. But everyone actually, Adam, getting away pretty cleanly. But it's Rose Hill that's got the whole shot and the advantage. Now you got to watch Kubiec in blue. Pastor not quite in the position she wants to be in, but this is where she can build that speed and try and dive through the middle.
Yeah, she's got some work to do here. It's going to be interesting to see who takes position in this. Marsteller actually breaking a little earlier, and Laureline picks up the position. Nice work from her. We're still not sure how dry this pavement is, so it may be that Marsteller was breaking early to feel out the braking, see how the grip is on the track. The gap seems to just be building, so Rose and Laureline certainly just need to be comfortable in this gap. Oh, and it looks like Maura sliding on the inside. Takes a third place.
Oh, she's in the bales there, I think.
Sure if she made
she's
it.
in the bales. At the front of the race that we're going to chase forwards with the drones. It's Rose Hill and Laureline Pastor. Sitting in second place, Pastor. Rose Hill has the lead. I make it second place would be enough for Pastor to take the world title. We'll confirm all that for you in a few moments. I think the road is a little slippy through here. It's certainly slippy.
It's
Pastor!
slippy. Pastor on the inside. There's contact. Pastor down on the left. Rose Hill looks like she makes it out clean. Now, Pastor may have enough of a gap here to push back in and still take the spot. Still to be determined whether or not she's going to get it, or if Marsteller is going to come in with enough speed.
She has not got it. She's going to get third. It's Marsteller who's going to get second place, and Pastor is going to come through in third.
I just won the luge final. The race was really intense. It was really fun. I really appreciated everything that all the volunteers, sponsors, and I'm really grateful for all the girls because it's so much fun. They taught me a lot, and my coach too. Honestly, I would have not gotten here if it wasn't for my coach putting in so much effort. And I really liked the race. It was patchy on the road, but it was so much worth it. It was a challenge through the corners, and I enjoyed every single bit of it.
And with that, the Women's Street Luge World Championship title goes to Laureline Pastor, who claims top spot with 175 points. Maura Jakubic is in second with 152 points, and Kim Marie Hilger in third with 128 points. In the women's open skate category, 8 riders from 6 countries tackled the demanding Park City course. Swiss rider Selina Tyler arrived in Utah with a clear goal to prove her abilities on one of the season's most demanding downhill tracks. Her win in Austria places her well for the championship title in 2025.
So my expectation for this race is to also be competitive in the QS Open. So to get a lot of heats and to be successful, hopefully. And in the women, I think we are 8 women. So I'm also looking forward to this race too. And yeah, to be good and to compete with the other girls. Yeah, looking forward to that.
Ashley Weinkoff, representing the United States on home soil, arrived in Utah determined to make a statement. Competing in front of a supportive local crowd, she brought intensity and focus with her eyes firmly set on the podium.
I came out to Rhone last year and Austria this year. Big question is if I'm aiming for the top spot here in Utah. I'm hoping to just put down the fastest lap that I can, and if that ends up in first place, I'll be super stoked.
Maria Sabrina Ambrosi Bordeaux, representing Argentina, made the journey to Park City ready to take on the demanding course and test her skills against the world's best. Aiming to earn valuable points and gain experience, Ambrosi came to make a strong impression on the international stage of women's downhill skateboarding.
I'm here at the Utah race for the WDSC, and it's great after Turkey to have an event with such a great female turnout. So I'm pretty stoked to race with the girls. I hope they all race, because there's a few girls that are not sure yet if they're racing or free riding, but I'm really happy, and also to be back in the States. I don't think I've been here since 2017 or 2018, So I'm really happy to be back, see a lot of familiar faces, and thank you so much for this event to the WDSC.
Now let's take a look at the women's semifinals. Ashley Weinkoff, Bordeaux Ambrosi, Anna Pixner, and Alyssa Donahue are lined up and ready to push off. Ambrosi takes the lead with a good start, but Weinkoff makes a brilliant move on the inside at the third turn to overtake and claim P1. With no other moves made, Weinkoff goes on to win the first semifinal. In the second semifinal, Selena Tyler, Lauren Robertson, Alexandra Sabe, and Alicia Finch pushed off to book their spot in the final. At the second turn, Lauren Robertson lost control and ended up in the bales, giving Alexandra Sabe the chance to move into second spot. But Selena Tyler, who led from the start, wins the second semifinal, moving up to the final along with Alexandra Sabe. At the back of the pack, Alicia Finch and Lauren Robertson both crashed but displayed true sportsmanship by finishing the race together, embodying the camaraderie that defines the competition. Here are your results for the women's semi-final. We now connect with our live commentary team to find out who will triumph in the women's stand-up final.
Here we go, women's final about to get underway. We are going to crown a world champion. Weinkoff in red, Tyler in green, Ambrosi in blue, Sabe from France in yellow. Look at the start for Selena Tyler from Switzerland, powering away. Weinkoff down in fourth. Not the best of starts for her, but we know, Adam, how quick she has been on the bottom section of this course.
Yeah, she's got her work cut out for her here, absolutely. We got Selena Tyler in the lead. Sabrina Ambrosi going to be looking for a way around quickly. Definitely going to want to sit in that second place spot. She's going to mount an attack as quick as she can. Ashley got some work to do from the back for sure, and Alex as well. If they want to be in the top couple spots here. Sabrina tracking on Selena Tyler. Selena looking absolutely flawless through these hairpins so far, and it building a gap, if anything. No one seems to be in her vicinity right now, but Ashley tracking. It looks like she's going to pick up one position around Alex. There's the first pass. She just needs one or two more to get in the mix for the top spot there. And it looks like she may have some exit speed to get around Sabrina, too. We'll see. She's definitely pulling on her, getting in that slipstream, getting in the draft, going to try to get on the inside on the way into this double apex right-hander.
And this is
where find a way in?
Yeah, this is where she's coming through on the inside here, and is going to come through and get the pass on Ambrosi. As Tyler still in the lead, but Weinkoff just gets through. And now we got a battle. The top three look set. I think Sabe's maybe too far back, but can Ashley Weinkoff get in touch with Selena Tyler? And it's been a great race, a great weekend for Ambrosi from Argentina, who's starting to close in again on Weinkoff. But this is going the way of Selena Tyler here, Adam, and she will become the world champion if she sees it out from here.
It's looking like she just needs to hold it through to the end. Just holding it through to the end there. Sabrina Ambrosi looking for any way to make something happen. Selena Tyler walking through for the win, makes it happen. That's her championship double win. There's really no wiggle room there. That's 200-point races for her. A fantastic finish again from Selena Tyler.
Well, Selena Tyler, beautiful race. Wonderful technical execution there. That gives her the 200 points and the world title.
So we just got the women's final and I won it, so I'm really happy about it. And it was a really tight heat, so we had, the times were pretty close in the time trials. So I was pretty nervous and I gave everything. And I was able to push in front and stay in front. And Ashley got second and Sabrina third, so congrats to those. Yeah, I'm really happy, and now I'm world champion of WDSC. And it's great, I'm super stoked, and we'll continue racing, of course. I love it.
So the Women's Open Stand-Up Skateboarding World Championship title goes to Selena Tyler, who claims the trophy with 200 points, followed by Ashley Weinkoff in second with 152 points, and Sabrina Ambrosi in third with 134 points. That concludes the women's stand-up category for the 2025 season. It's finally time for the final and to find out who will be crowned king in Park City, Utah. We now head over to our live commentary team for the last time.
LaBerge on the right-hand side of your screen in yellow. Then it's Andy Lally in red, handily with his name on his helmet. Ulrich Becker and Abdel Madzan. And look at the start from Madzan and Lally. Becker, again, not getting away well, but it means he's going to have to make a pass. And can Abdel Madzan get into top spot and hold off Lally into turn one?
I mean, we got a double set of people going too wide here. It's gonna be a knife fight into this first turn. Is Andy Lally gonna let Madzan go through?
Yes.
It looks like he is, but Ulrich given no space here. Looks like LaBerge is going to take advantage and sit in that third place spot. So we've got Madzan, Lally, LaBerge, Ulrich in that order coming into the second turn here.
I don't know if I've ever seen in my career in this sport anyone overtake Abdel when he's in the lead. So Lally is going to be really working hard at it coming out of the turn. It is Madzan still in top spot coming into turn three.
Yeah, I mean, Lally's got to make a move at some point if he wants to get in that top spot. I mean, it looks like Madzan's building a little bit of a lead right now. He's going to have to increase his pace if he wants to go for that. Ulrich sitting back and forth, probably not where he wants to be. He's going to try to look for a way into that lead group here.
And it's Abdel Madzan coming into this double apex turn where Andy Lally has been so fast. Oh, a little bit of sideways movement there from Andy Lally. That could be key, but it doesn't look like he's lost too much. And now Madzan, it is straight as possible, but Andy Lally closing in. He's going to have to try and make a move. Becker's got up to third place, but LaBerge is going nowhere.
Unbelievably tight between the back two and the front two. Little bit of a gap between the two right now, but Lally chasing down Madzan, looking for any way through. LaBerge looking for a way up the inside, but Ulrich closes the door on him.
So this might be the championship for Abdel Madzan. He comes through the final turn. He's run a little wide. Andy Lally is sprinting to the line. Andy Lally might get it on the line. He does. Lally takes the victory through the final turn. Madzan in second place.
Here are your winners from Park City.
Man, the race was amazing. Abdel had just about a half a board on me on the push. I tried to go deep into one. He went even deeper. We both probably did our worst lap time of the entire weekend trying to out deep each other. And then I just tried to stay in his draft through the sweeper, and then we both went super deep into the last corner again. We really both almost messed each other up, but he slid a little bit wide. My Venoms kept carving down through the middle of the corner and pulled me out to the finish line. So awesome weekend.
Entering the last ride, I hit the inside apex of the corner, but upon the exit, I slid out. I could feel all 6 wheels sliding, even with fresh wheels. And I knew that, there goes all my speed, and I'm just rolling slowly, gradually to the finish line. And then I could see Andy just creeping up slowly and slowly to my right side, and then he got me by a board length. So that was a really enjoyable race for me. I haven't raced Andy for 16 years. He and I were in the finals together in Australia. But at the time I was still, hadn't won any championships yet. So I'm really stoked to have come out second behind him. He's a NASCAR driver. He knows what he's doing. So I'm really happy with the result.
And so here are the standings before the final round of the open street luge category. Abdel Madzan sits in the lead with 286 points, followed close behind by Ulrich Becker with 261 points. Defending champion Colby Parks is in third with 227. That concludes our coverage from Utah. See you at the final event of the WDSC 2025 season in El Salvador.
Congrats, boys.
The race was on.
Here we go, folks. The Open Street Luge World Downhill Skateboarding Championship.
Abdel Madzan is dominating at the front of
turn number 5. Beautiful pass. Huge crash there. Garrett Ray. Colby Parks always making contact. Oh no! Telegraph is down. Side by side. Marco Menino from Italy grabs it on the line. Unbelievable racing.
It's the little things that get me high. Won't you come with me and spend the night? It's the little things that get me high. Won't you come with me and spend the night? Just a little thing for you and I. And if it's meant to be, then that's
race was on. Final underway on the open stand-up. It's a strong start. Into the rails. No, in this contact. Also in, Clark goes tumbling down. A huge crash. Closed in, he's closed in. Oh no, an explosion. It's got the finish line. Harry Clark is the world champion. I can hear the cheers.
Welcome to the second round of the 2025 World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. The WDSC returns to the now legendary course in Erzincan, Turkey for a record-breaking third year. 35 bold athletes from 19 nations geared up for 3 days of fierce competition, daring passes, and blistering speeds down Erzincan Dağı as the WDSC opened its doors to a new open inline category with Erzincan as the inaugural event. In this program, we bring you all the action from the open skate category.
I'm super happy we're back in Erzincan for the third year in a row. I've been here all 3 years now. Super excited to be back. I think this is really the pinnacle of downhill skateboarding in the world, and I think this is the most technical and difficult track ever. So it's always nice to come here and sort of test what you've done in the off season and test where your skills are at and push yourself further than you can really push yourself anywhere else.
Erzincan, located in eastern Anatolia, Turkey, is a city rich in history, natural beauty, and outdoor adventure. Nature lovers are drawn to Erzincan's dramatic landscapes, snow-capped peaks, lush valleys, and the mighty Euphrates River. Erzincan Dağı, just outside the city, is a hub for winter sports, especially skiing and snowboarding, and in summer it transforms into a playground for mountain biking and downhill skateboarding. With its unique blend of heritage and outdoor excitement, Erzincan offers something for both history enthusiasts and adventure seekers alike. In collaboration with Governor Hamza Aydoğdu's office, Erzincan Dağı has recently seen significant development, focusing on creating facilities that operate year-round. The addition of both indoor and outdoor cafes, restaurants, and hotels highlights the region's commitment to transforming Erzincan into a modern, vibrant destination for visitors in every season. Once again, a 3.1-kilometer stretch of the mighty Erzincan Dağı sets the stage for this year's championship's second round. Recent resurfacing works on its steep, continuous descent has meant a new road profile for this year, with riders having to optimize their lines and fine-tune their technical setup.
The conditions have changed a lot. Some of the corners feel way different, so it's almost like skating a new road, trying to figure everything out.
I remember my braking zones. I have like this book, right, where I write down all my braking zones, all my markers, all my notes for the track. None of it applies this year.
We were discovering those wheels last year here, actually. They were protos. Now they're out. 88 big middies. It's the pro model of Mitch Thompson. And honestly, they're amazing. They've got a lot of braking power. They're very fast, very grippy. You can see the lips deforming on the road, and it's like a Formula 1 tire, basically. And it goes fast.
The presence of Grand National Assembly member Mr. Mustafa Sarıgül at the weekend's event underscored the growing significance of such gatherings for Erzincan and the region. Together with Governor Hamza Aydoğdu and Galatasaray Football Club President Mr. Dursun Özbek, dignitaries and fans alike shared in the excitement as the weekend's racing got underway. Erzincan welcomed not only fans and riders, but also Pocodzima Studio, presenting their newly developed downhill VR game, Bomb the Hill. Founder Gleb Bibikov was on site to showcase the game, which drew strong interest and enthusiasm from both spectators and competitors throughout the event. In the open stand-up category, Adrian Paynel was the man to watch, having come to Erzincan fresh off his win in Austria.
I'm just looking to have fun. I had a lot of fun in Austria. Looking for some pace here. It'd be nice to be in the battle, and yeah, just focus on having fun, taking it one run at a time.
Last year's world champion Harry Clark was recovering from a crash in round one, but needed to fight hard in Turkey to defend his title.
It would be silly to be a reigning champion and not try and defend your title. Obviously, a title defense is always good. Very difficult in our sport. I mean, I think it's only been done 2 or 3 times, so it's very difficult to defend your title, but I intend to give it a red-hot crack. You know, I'm going to skate my best. I'm going to go all the races that I can do and just trying to put in good performances.
Fellow Australian Mitch Thompson put in a good performance in Austria and is ready to challenge the pack in Erzincan.
My goal here is to really just enjoy the track and just see how far I can push my limit. If that means a final or even a Consi final, I'll be pretty stoked with a top 10 finish, you know?
French duo Antoine Carlotti and Andreas Bouclier are strong contenders on this year's championship tour. Carlotti, in particular, has been analyzing and planning for this course since last season, making him especially well prepared for the challenge.
Every night, you know, trying to understand what I could do better, how I could improve on this track and on any other track. So I hope it pays off. I hope I manage to get a run that I'm proud of, whatever it is. If I finish 10th or 1st, you know, if I'm proud of the run, it'll be a first win. And then, yeah, we'll see after that.
Tour mainstays Garrett Ballinger, Micaiah Harness, Antonio Madariaga, and Owen Fox arrived to represent the USA, with Fox on a mission to defend his podium position.
So I'd love to keep this podium streak going, and I'd love to get my first WDSC win here. But this is a tough one. You know, nothing comes easy here, and you know you got to be careful. You got to get to the bottom in one piece, and you just got to play your game. So I think it'll be a really good race, and I'm excited to see how it goes.
Argentinian rider Sabrina Bordo Ambrosi was the sole female competitor in Erzincan, taking on the challenge alongside the male riders down Arganda.
My goal is to try and make it to CT. I don't have super high expectations on racing other people. This is one of those tracks that I just need to race against myself.
In the qualifying round, Adrian Paynel was the fastest rider down the mountain with a track record of 2 minutes, 21.446 seconds. Owen Fox came in second with 2 minutes, 23.224 seconds, and Antoine Carlotti was third with 2 minutes, 24.432 seconds. With all the riders ready, the stand-up skate competition started with the quarterfinal heats on top of Arganda. In the first heat, Adrian Paynel started in red, Dexter Manning in green, Wojtek Zacic in blue, and Sabrina Ambrosi was in yellow. And with the race on, Paynel gets a great push-off and moves ahead immediately. Wojtek and Manning fight it out with the Canadian just edging out into second by the first bend. Wojtek is third. Ambrosi trails the lead group in fourth. On the fourth turn, Wojtek challenges for second, but Manning quickly shuts the door and doesn't let the Czech rider pass. Meanwhile, Paynel now has a commanding lead. Wojtek tries again on turn 6, but this time loses control of his board and slides into the bales. Paynel and Manning stay focused for the rest of the heat and get position 1 and 2 respectively. In the second heat, Stefano Barbizzi is in red, Harry Clark in green, Antonio Madariaga in blue, and Cam Brickenden ready in the yellow leg sling. And they're off, with Clark pushing off well and immediately moving into the lead. Madariaga is close behind in second place, followed by Barbizzi in third. Brickenden settles into fourth. But on the fourth turn, Brickenden loses control and ends up in the barriers. Before the sixth turn, the competition heats up, with first Madariaga and then Barbizzi both overtaking Clark, who suddenly drops to third position. Barbizzi is now first and Madariaga second. But coming into the eighth turn, Clark gathers his speed well and overtakes Madariaga to move up to second place. Clark now has momentum and on the ninth turn passes Barbizzi to reclaim first position. But the race isn't over, as on the 10th corner, Barbizzi tucks well and moves into first with a move on the outside. The race is neck and neck until the finish, with Clark pushing until the last meters, but Barbizzi manages to hold on to first. Clark gets second, Madariaga comes in third, with Brickenden fourth. On the third heat, Antoine Carlotti lines up in red, Morgan Owens is in green, Micaiah Harness in blue, and Thomas Ang is ready in yellow. And the race is on, and with an excellent start, Harness takes the early lead, with Carlotti and Owens close behind in second and third. Thomas trails the group in fourth. Coming into the third turn, Owens gathers his speed well and moves into the lead, overtaking Harness. On the fifth turn, Carlotti challenges Harness and manages to move into second position. Carlotti now has the momentum and is right behind Owens on turn 6. The American rider positions himself well and shuts down the challenge at the turn, but Carlotti doesn't give up and passes Owens on the inside on the following straight. But the race is not over, as the lead changes hands again on the 10th turn, as Owens contests and claims back the lead with a move on the outside. Now on the final straight, both riders are shoulder to shoulder as they tuck and speed toward the finish. Carlotti has a slight wobble but manages to keep his balance. In the end, Owens just about edges ahead of his rival and claims victory. Carlotti is second. In the fourth and last heat, Owen Fox is in red, Andreas Bouclier in green, Mitch Thompson in blue, and Garrett Bellinger is ready in yellow. And the race is on, with Thompson making a good start to take first position, with Bouclier in second and Fox in third. Bellinger trails in fourth position. At the third turn, Fox and Bouclier are hot on Thompson's heel and are putting a gap between them and fourth place Bellinger. After turn 4, the leading 3 riders are bunched up and Fox makes his move for the lead and Thompson has to defend. Riders are shoulder to shoulder, but Thompson takes the better line and manages to protect the lead. Coming into turn 6, the riders are again bunched tight, and Bouclier makes a move on the inside to take the lead. On the very next turn, Fox also finds his speed to overtake Thompson and settles into second position. Finally, on turn 10, Owen Fox takes another shot on the outside and overtakes Bouclier.
And we're back here live on the line for the Street Luge semifinals in our qualifying series race. On the line, we've got Frederic Laberge and Rose Hill. It looks like John Charlie Mojica Herrera is supposed to be on the line as well. We'll see if he gets a DNS. Did not start for this one. Maybe got taken out in practice. We don't have a report on him just yet. We've got Frederic Laberge and Rose Hill on the line, the 2 Canadian riders. The young Rose Hill competing in the open class as well as the women's class. Phenomenal young rider out of Canada, and they're going to both push off. So when it's just 2 riders, they automatically will advance to the finals. So Frederic Laberge and Rose Hill get to take a relaxed run here. Rose watching the lines of the more experienced Frederic Laberge, but she herself has really turned up to be a phenomenal up-and-coming racer. Really exciting to see what she does in the scene here. The women's street luge class, of course, a burgeoning young class of riders. Really exciting time to be watching that sport. Super exciting set of street lugers coming out of the woodwork. So just getting underway with their practice run here, effectively a practice run, although it's technically a semifinals. And Rose Hill maintaining strong pace with Frederic Laberge here, despite a significant difference in stature. Of course, overall mass being a pretty major factor in street luge. Really impressive when smaller riders are able to keep up with bigger riders. If they can finesse their way through the corners really well, sometimes they can make a lot happen with not much weight, and Rose Hill's showing that out right now. She's keeping up extremely well. May even end up making a pass here. We'll see how aggressive she wants to get in this heat that's kind of a freebie getting through to the finals. Of course, a winning spot will allow her to choose her position on the line, so it is it's not a total freebie. If she decides to duke it out and try to get into that number 1 spot, she may do that. We'll see what she does here. And you can see the street lugers braking with their feet there. They've got thick rubber add-on soles that they'll put on the pavement to help themselves stop. So that's their primary method of braking. There's no brakes on the actual luge, so You'll see their feet even smoking sometimes when they get up to ultra-high speeds. And, of course, there we go. Rosehill looking almost going to find a way up the inside of Frederick Leberge there, but not quite. Going to slot back into that second place spot there. She's able to break a lot later than Leberge. You can see him sitting up to break significantly earlier in the corner. Of course, she's got a lot less weight, so she can break super, super late and still have a ton of grip. The young rider, strong family of racers. Of course, the whole Hill family, all skaters and street lugers. Leberge coming through now in Rose Hill as well. 1 and 2 in the second semifinals. And we're over to our semifinals for Open Skateboard Qualifying Series. On the line right now, Nick Brahms, Morgan Smith, Patrick Doherty, and Kevin Toledo Guevara from right to left there. Little stutter from Brahms on the kick there. See if he can still make it up. He's had a strong kick all day, and yep, it looks like he's going to pick up quite a bit. They're going 3 wide in the back there, and Kevin just ekes out a second place spot. Setting up through the first left sweeper here on into the double apex right coming up soon. And here we go, diving into that double apex right. Kevin with that strong lead. Morgan Smith just almost clipping the bails there. Slows him down just enough for Pat Doherty to find a way up through into third place as they lock back in for these next few sweepers until the tight double left-hander coming up here in a few turns. It's their next major breaking point. Let's see if we can just get a view through the trees there. Nick Brahms with his commanding lead. Kevin and Patrick Doherty just duking it out for that second place spot. Leaving Morgan Smith a little bit in the dust there. Pat looks like he just slid and just barely got around the outside of Kevin Toledo Guevara. And those two are going to be duking it out hard. They absolutely want to get into the finals round, and that's the spot to do it. Let's see if one of them can come away with an advantage into the bottom portion of this track here. Of course, Nick Brahms still in the lead. Waiting, anxious anticipation. Morgan Smith back up in the mix. Gets around Kevin Guevara. Can he make it for 2 around Patrick Doherty as well? And our drone just struggling to keep up with the extreme speeds of these racers here. We'll have to see. It'll come down to the line to see who's going to make it to the finals. Looks like all 3 are in contention here. Of course, Nick Brahms with a commanding lead, but the real battle is here for the second spot. And it looks like it's going to be Morgan Smith. Finds his way up through into that second place spot. Phenomenal return. Place position. Our next semifinal here, Louis Bouchard, Lucas Schult, Snyder Osorno, and Adriano Volpe. Little false start from Louis Bouchard there. Crossing the line before the buzzer goes off. He may get a penalty if he does it again, so he'll have to make sure he's locked in behind that line for a second try here. And he stays locked. They're off. Adriano Volpe's had a strong kick all day. He shows it off again here. The Argentinian taking the lead in front of Louis Bouchard. Louis Bouchard sliding into second place. Going to see if he can sneak up through Adriano Volpe's inside early, and he gets it. Gets it off just in time into that corner, but it looks like they're going to go side by side. All 3 of them. As Snyder finds his way up into the mix, too. This is going to be a tight heat all the way down. Adriano Volpe now in a unenviable position of trying to fight his way back into the top 2 after such a strong start. It's going to be a battle for him. And Snyder pulling away with a huge lead there. Not sure how he pulled off that much speed out of that turn. Somehow he found a way to hit the jets there. Louis Bouchard now leading the rear pack. And Snyder definitely going to be happy with that move. And it looks like Lucas Schultz has found himself into the third position. But all three riders in this rear group really still in touch with this race. Just got to stay locked. See if you can break a little later. See if you can tuck a little tighter. Find any way to get back in the mix here. And you can see Schultz just fighting for a position here. Both of them laying out that slide. Lucas running a little wide. Louis Bouchard keeping it tight on the inside of those hay bales. It's probably going to work to his advantage on the exit speed of that turn, but we'll see how they come through. Just a little bit of a hole in the coverage due to filming this in a literal jungle. It's not Arizona. Lucas Schultz did find his way through there. Louis Bouchard now going to have to fight his way up into that second position. You can see Lucas hitting an air brake there, standing up wide so that he doesn't have to slide quite as much, or perhaps maybe not at all. Volpe now back and forth, not where he wanted to end up at the start of this heat. He was looking strong through these earlier rounds. And we'll see. Oh my goodness, down to the line. It's a nail biter. We're going to have to hit the refresh on the timing system here and see who actually picked up the spot. We've got our CT riders coming in for another practice run. After that, we'll have the final of our QS race. We'll slip away to a commercial here while these CT riders get their practice underway. Stay with us.
It's the little things that get me high. Won't you come with me and spend the night? It's the little things that get me high. Won't you come with me and spend the night? Just a little thing for you and I. And if it's meant to be, then that's alright.
Final underway of the open stand-up. It's a strong start. He's into the bales. No, in this contact. Also, and Quarto tumbling down. Huge crash. Closed in. He's closed in. Oh no! An explosion. It's got the finish line. He comes through. Clark is the world champion. I can hear the cheers. Let's go!
Welcome to the second round of the 2025 World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. The WDSC returns to the now legendary course in Erzincan, Turkey for a record-breaking third year. 35 bold athletes from 19 nations geared up for 3 days of fierce competition, daring passes, and blistering speeds down Erzincan Dağı as the WDSC opened its doors to a new open inline category with Erzincan as the inaugural event. In this program, we bring you all the action from the open skate category.
I'm super happy we're back in Erzincan for the third year in a row. I've been here all 3 years now. Super excited to be back. I think this is really the pinnacle of downhill skateboarding in the world, and I think this is the most technical and difficult track ever. So it's always nice to come here and sort of test what you've done in the off season and test where your skills are at and push yourself further than you can really push yourself anywhere else.
Erzincan, located in eastern Anatolia, Turkey, is a city rich in history, natural beauty, and outdoor adventure. Nature lovers are drawn to Erzincan's dramatic landscapes, snow-capped peaks, lush valleys, and the mighty Euphrates River. Erzincan Dağı, just outside the city, is a hub for winter sports, especially skiing and snowboarding, and in summer it transforms into a playground for mountain biking and downhill skateboarding. With its unique blend of heritage and outdoor excitement, Erzincan offers something for both history enthusiasts and adventure seekers alike. In collaboration with Governor Hamza Aydoğdu's office, Erzincan Dağı has recently seen significant development, focusing on creating facilities that operate year-round. The addition of both indoor and outdoor cafes, restaurants, and hotels highlights the region's commitment to transforming Erzincan into a modern, vibrant destination for visitors in every season. Once again, a 3.1-kilometer stretch of the mighty Erzincan Dağı sets the stage for this year's championship's second round. Recent resurfacing works on its steep, continuous descent has meant a new road profile for this year, with riders having to optimize their lines and fine-tune their technical setup.
The conditions have changed a lot. Some of the corners feel way different, so it's almost like skating a new road, trying to figure everything out.
I remember my braking zones. I have like this book, right, where I write down all my braking zones, all my markers, all my notes for the track. None of it applies this year.
We were discovering those wheels last year here, actually. They were protos. Now they're out. 88 big middies. It's the pro model of Mitch Thompson. And honestly, they're amazing. They've got a lot of braking power. They're very fast, very grippy. You can see the lips deforming on the road, and it's like a Formula 1 tire, basically. And it goes fast.
The presence of Grand National Assembly member Mr. Mustafa Sarıgül at the weekend's event underscored the growing significance of such gatherings for Erzincan and the region. Together with Governor Hamza Aydoğdu and Galatasaray Football Club President Mr. Dursun Özbek, dignitaries and fans alike shared in the excitement as the weekend's racing got underway. Erzincan welcomed not only fans and riders, but also Pocodzima Studio, presenting their newly developed downhill VR game, Bomb the Hill. Founder Gleb Bibikov was on site to showcase the game, which drew strong interest and enthusiasm from both spectators and competitors throughout the event. In the open stand-up category, Adrian Paynel was the man to watch, having come to Erzincan fresh off his win in Austria.
I'm just looking to have fun. I had a lot of fun in Austria. Looking for some pace here. It'd be nice to be in the battle, and yeah, just focus on having fun, taking it one run at a time.
Last year's world champion Harry Clark was recovering from a crash in round one, but needed to fight hard in Turkey to defend his title.
It would be silly to be a reigning champion and not try and defend your title. Obviously, a title defense is always good. Very difficult in our sport. I mean, I think it's only been done 2 or 3 times, so it's very difficult to defend your title, but I intend to give it a red hot crack. You know, I'm going to skate my best. I'm going to go all the races that I can do and just trying to put in good performances.
Fellow Australian Mitch Thompson put in a good performance in Austria and is ready to challenge the pack in Erzincan.
My goal here is to really just enjoy the track and just see how far I can push my limit. If that means a final or even a consi final, I'll be pretty stoked with a top 10 finish, you know?
French duo Antoine Carlotti and Andreas Bouclier are strong contenders on this year's championship tour. Carlotti in particular has been analyzing and planning for this course since last season, making him especially well prepared for the challenge.
Every night, trying to understand what I could do better, how I could improve on this track and on any other track. So I hope it pays off. I hope I manage to get a run that I'm proud of, whatever it is. If I finish 10th or 1st, if I'm proud of the run, it'll be a first win. And then, we'll see after that.
Tour mainstays Garrett Ballinger, Micaiah Harness, Antonio Madariaga, and Owen Fox arrived to represent the USA, with Fox on a mission to defend his podium position.
So I'd love to keep this podium streak going, and I'd love to get my first WDSC win here. But this is a tough one. Nothing comes easy here, and you got to be careful. You got to get to the bottom in one piece, and you just got to play your game. So I think it'll be a really good race, and I'm excited to see how it goes.
Argentinian rider Sabrina Bordo Ambrosi was the sole female competitor in Erzincan, taking on the challenge alongside the male riders down Arganda.
My goal is to try and make it to CT. I don't have super high expectations on racing other people. This is one of those tracks that I just need to race against myself.
In the qualifying round, Adrian Paynell was the fastest rider down the mountain with a track record of 2 minutes, 21.446 seconds. Owen Fox came in second with 2 minutes, 23.224 seconds, and Antoine Carlotti was third with 2 minutes, 24.432 seconds. With all the riders ready, the stand-up skate competition started with the quarterfinal heats on top of Arganda. In the first heat, Adrian Paynell started in red, Dexter Manning in green, Wojtek Zaczek in blue, and Sabrina Ambrosi was in yellow. And with the race on, Paynell gets a great push-off and moves ahead immediately. Wojtek and Manning fight it out with the Canadian just edging out into second by the first bend. Wojtek is third, Ambrosi trails the lead group in fourth. On the fourth turn, Wojtek challenges for second, but Manning quickly shuts the door and doesn't let the Czech rider pass. Meanwhile, Paynell now has a commanding lead. Wojtek tries again on turn 6, but this time loses control of his board and slides into the bales. Paynell and Manning stay focused for the rest of the heat and get position 1 and 2 respectively. In the second heat, Stefano Barbizzi is in red, Harry Clark in green, Antonio Madariaga in blue, and Cam Brickenden ready in the yellow leg sling. And they're off, with Clark pushing off well and immediately moving into the lead. Madariaga is close behind in second place, followed by Barbizzi in third. Brickenden settles into fourth, but on the fourth turn, Brickenden loses control and ends up in the barriers. Before the sixth turn, the competition heats up, with first Madariaga and then Barbizzi both overtaking Clark, who suddenly drops to third position. Barbizzi is now first and Madariaga second. But coming into the eighth turn, Clark gathers his speed well and overtakes Madariaga to move up to second place. Clark now has momentum and on the ninth turn passes Barbizzi to reclaim first position. But the race isn't over, as on the 10th corner, Barbizzi tucks well and moves into first with a move on the outside. The race is neck and neck until the finish, with Clark pushing until the last meters, but Barbizzi manages to hold on to first. Clark gets second, Madariaga comes in third with Brickenden fourth. On the third heat, Antoine Carlotti lines up in red, Morgan Owens is in green, Micaiah Harness in blue, and Thomas Eng is ready in yellow. And the race is on, and with an excellent start, Harness takes the early lead with Carlotti and Owens close behind in second and third. Thomas trails the group in fourth. Coming into the third turn, Owens gathers his speed well and moves into the lead, overtaking Harness. On the fifth turn, Carlotti challenges Harness and manages to move into second position. Carlotti now has the momentum and is right behind Owens on turn 6. The American rider positions himself well and shuts down the challenge at the turn, but Carlotti doesn't give up and passes Owens on the inside on the following straight. But the race is not over as the lead changes hands again on the 10th turn as Owens contests and claims back the lead with a move on the outside. Now on the final straight, both riders are shoulder to shoulder as they tuck and speed toward the finish. Carlotti has a slight wobble but manages to keep his balance. In the end, Owens just about edges ahead of his rival and claims victory. Carlotti is second. In the fourth and last heat, Owen Fox is in red, Andreas Bouclier in green, Mitch Thompson in blue, and Garrett Bellinger is ready in yellow. And the race is on with Thompson making a good start to take first position with Bouclier in second and Fox in third. Bellinger trails in fourth position. At the third turn, Fox and Bouclier are hot on Thompson's heel and are putting a gap between them and fourth place Bellinger. After turn 4, the leading 3 riders are bunched up and Fox makes his move for the lead and Thompson has to defend. Riders are shoulder to shoulder, but Thompson takes the better line and manages to protect the lead. Coming into turn 6, the riders are again bunched tight and Bouclier makes a move on the inside to take the lead. On the very next turn, Fox also finds his speed to overtake Thompson and settles into second position. Finally, on turn 10, Owen Fox takes another shot on the outside and overtakes Bouclier. Fox protects the lead until the finish with Bouclier coming in second. We now connect back up with our live commentary for the semifinals.
So here we go. Semi-final number 1. Paynel, Barbizzi, Manning and Clark. Get away the first time of asking. Everyone getting away pretty well. There's not much between them, but look at the kick from Clark. So much power. And from that yellow lane, fourth lane choice into top spot. Barbizzi running close and just avoiding little bit of contact there with Manning. Paynel in second into turn 2. These riders just got to bide their time. Focus on getting through turn 4, and then at turn 6 we're approaching turn 4. A little bit of air braking going on. It's very slippy into turn 4. That's why the crash mats are there. Barbizzi's running a little wide. I think he might just have stayed on his feet, but we shall see. And now Paynel up in front, and Clark dropping back into third place. Manning on the podium for the very first time at this level last week in Axamalism, and we're actually in a little bit of shade, and that might change the dynamic. So Paynel dominating here, and now turn 6 awaits. Barbizzi is still standing and still very much into this race. Beautiful pendy into the turn, and let's see everyone getting through cleanly. Oh no, just as I say that, Manning's down, Clark's down, Barbizzi's down. Paynel's got this one in the bag. He's still standing. It's a race to find the boards. Clark's found his, and now you've got to kick again, build the speed up, and that is what Dexter Manning, no, that's Barbizzi, I do apologise, it's got up to speed. Well, what drama coming out of turn 6. I thought they got it all cleanly, but it's so easy to go down in this game. Well, Clark now in another battle. Paynel is away, he's got it easy through to the finish, and Harry Clark is making a pass. He's trying to go around the outside. Textbook stuff from Clark. That was brave, but you've got to be brave on this course if you want to get through. Clark using every inch of the road here. Stefanos Barbizzi now has good exit speed coming into this turn, and he's right up there with Harry Clark, just avoiding some contact. Clark runs wide. Clark just avoiding the bales there. No, it is a drag race between these two, and Clark trying to defend his position, but Barbizzi is not a man that you want to mess with too much on the course, because he will fight for every inch, and he's got the inside line here. Oh, this is amazing racing between these two. It's going to go right down to the line. Harry Clark! What a race there. That was something else between those two. Wow.
I pushed into front from the outside lane somehow, and I come through 2. Frenchie appears on my inside and then dumps the brakes in front of me. Like, I have no idea what's going on. I almost run up the back of him. Lose a little bit of speed there, and then Dex comes out around my outside. We're going into 6.
And I catch a lot of speed there.
He catches the draft. Dex throws the slide, I throw the slide, and stay right behind us. Dex crashes on the exit. I hit Dex, Stair hits me. It's a board scramble.
Yeah, I'm trying to thread the needle into between them and the board, and I hit his foot for like this much.
Yeah, it's a board scramble. Stair gets his board first. I'm behind him into the crack. I pass him around the outside of 8 or 9
long right
on the long righty, and then we're coming through to the last corner. And in the last corner, I hit Stair coming. He makes contact with my ass, and then we just like drag race down to the end. So there's a protest going on for.
There was a bit of a battle, like touching shoulder to shoulder into the left.
So we both made a protest. Me on 10, him on the straight. So
you know how it goes.
We're waiting to see what happens, but it's all love between us. We're teammates, and you know.
After the judges deliberated on the protests, Adrian Paynell and Harry Clark moved on to the final.
So here we go, semi-final 2. Owen Fox, Morgan Owens, Antoine Carlotti and Andreas Bouclier. And we do get away at the second time of asking. Carlotti's been quick on this course, but it's Fox and Bouclier with the best of the starts. Morgan Owens dropping into 4th place here. All sorts happening on this course. So Owen Fox in 2nd place at the moment through turn 4. Oh, and Morgan Owens is down, and Carlotti's down as well. Owen Fox, well, he's on for his 2nd final in a row. Just got to avoid any carnage, any chaos, but they might not know what's happened behind them, and they've got plenty room to avoid taking each other out. So Bouclier and Fox at the front of the race. Bouclier in a bit of trouble there. Let's see if we can spot. Is Owen still up ahead? I thought Bouclier had some problems, but just having 1 or 2 little issues. Well, this course always throws up some surprises. Owen Fox is still up ahead on his own, so Bouclier did have some problems. We've got Owen Fox in a commanding position in semi-final 2. Bouclier in 2nd. Great start to the season for Fox. Working so hard at the off-season, just relaxing across the line. He's claimed it. And Fox will just cruise through the shutdown zone. Bouclier will join him, and they go into the final. So that open stand-up final, Paynell, Fox, Bouclier and Clark. Consi final, Carlotti in red, Barbizzi in green, Manning in blue. Morgan Owens out of the USA in yellow. Away, first time of asking. Nice start from Barbizzi, and he's really powered out of the gate. Great kick from the Italian world champion in 2023 through the first turn on the course, and turn 2 just a little bit slippy. In some years you've been able to just get through that, but not this year. And now turn 4, Barbizzi in the lead. Morgan Owens at the back of the pack, and Carlotti and Manning fighting for 2nd and 3rd. And now Carlotti trying to make the pass on Manning. He's done it. Manning's going to just get right in his slipstream here and think about his approach for turn number 6. Where all the problems have been happening. A lot of the problems have been happening. Manning's got the speed. He's going to try and get the pass done before entering turn 6. Great work from Dexter Manning. Barbizzi settles in. Owens is in trouble. Avoids any major drama. And Dexter Manning just staying upright there. Pretty similar to the semi-final, but the outcome a little better. But now he's in a battle with Carlotti. Barbizzi pulling away. Whilst the battle's on for 2nd and 3rd. Through turn 10. I think everyone is there. Carlotti and Manning still side by side, reeling in at Barbizzi. Barbizzi should have this one, and now more battling for that 2nd spot in the Consi final. It's going to go right down to the line. I think Carlotti maybe had it. We'll just have to wait for the result to come in there. But Barbizzi, the winner of the Consi final, he will take 5th place today and 59 points in the championship standings.
Stefano Barbizzi wins the Consolation final, leading from start to finish, and Manning coming in 2nd with a last-second effort. Now it's time for the Open Skate final.
the Open Stand-Up Final. There's been protests to get here. Harry Clark is there. He's in yellow. Bouclier, who won on this hill in 2024, is in blue. Owen Fox got his first WDSC podium in Roan Mountain. Backed it up last week with a third-place finish in Aksamallism. Can he get his third podium in a row? 100 points up for grabs here. For Paynell, it will put him in a commanding position. So we get away at the second time of asking. Good start from Clark. Already ahead of Bouclier, and that Paynell gets into top spot. Renato's following them down. No sign of injury. Owen Fox sitting in third place. It's Paynell, Clark, Fox, Bouclier. Long way to go in this race. Turn 2. Everyone handling it well through this sweeping section. And now turn 4. It is so slippy in turn 4. It's been getting slippier throughout the day, but the best in the world handling it well. Paynell in qualifying form ahead of Clark, but Fox not far away, and Bouclier is lurking as well. Now in the draft of Fox. Turn 6 is going to be absolutely key. Fox on the inside line, and Bouclier down and out. 3 men left standing. But Fox has got some speed, and he's going to make the pass on Harry Clark here. Coming into turn 6. Paynell leads. Fox in second. Clark in third place. We've lost Bouclier. Oh, and Clark is down and on turn 6. So 2 men left standing. They were both on the podium last week. Can Fox do anything about Paynell? Now Paynell in qualifying mode. He'll know. He'll have had a look over the shoulder just to see how much room he's got. But Fox has to just keep focused, keep fighting. You never know what is going to happen on this racetrack. Clark, we think, got back up and running in third place. So Paynell in top spot. Fox in second. He hasn't closed it up much, maybe just a fraction. Getting through turn 10 safely. That is the name of the game. And Adrien Paynell from France is now on course to go 2 from 2 on the World Downhill Skateboarding Championships. Fox, third last week, is going to upgrade from third to second. That should move him into second place in the standings. But it's Adrien Paynell who takes round 2 in Erzincan, Turkey. Fox in second. Well, drama in the Open Stand-Up Final, but so far in 2025, it's Adrien Paynell's season.
Before the championship tour podium, riders in the qualifying series were rewarded for their efforts, with Morgan Owens taking top spot.
It's looking pretty tough in the championship now with Frenchie taking 2 wins, and but like I said, it's still early doors. You know, we have 3 races to go, and it's not over yet. So I'm certainly not giving up, and I don't think any of the other boys should as well. I mean, obviously Frenchie's on some crazy form here. I think pushing first and staying first at this hill especially is a hell of an achievement. We love to see that type of racing. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely not over, but we definitely got some work to do.
Obviously, I think, second kind of stings because you know how close the victory was, but in this case this weekend, I don't think it actually was that close. I think Adrien was pretty unstoppable, and he had some pace that I just couldn't find all weekend. And so, I think I probably put my best lap down from corner 6 and down in the finals, and I put barely a dent into his lead. So, he really deserved it. He had a hell of a weekend, and I'm very happy to walk away P2 behind him.
Yeah, I'm really happy. It was a good weekend. We were kind of struggling with the conditions all weekend, but it came together today and yesterday. I had a little margin yesterday, so I knew I just had to trust myself and the same strategy as last year, but I was able to complete it this year, so I'm really happy. I just want to thank everyone who's gotten me here, and my friend Owen, who we trained all of the off season together. We had some bad luck to motivate us, and I think we did a good job because yeah, we're on a good little roll. So yeah, stoked.
After 2 rounds in the 2025 competition, Adrien Paynell sits on top of the leaderboard with 200 points. Owen Fox is in second with 161 points, and last year's champion Harry Clark is third with 141 points. That concludes our coverage from Erzincan, Turkey. See you on the Isle of Man for the third round of the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. The race was on.
Final underway on the open stand-up. It's a strong start. He's into the bales. No, in this contact.
Also, and Clark goes tumbling down. Huge crash.
He's closed it. Oh no! An explosion. Has got the finish line. He comes through. Clark is the world champion. I can hear the cheers.
Race was on.
Here we go, folks. The Open Street Luge World Downhill Skateboarding Championship.
Abdelmajsan is dominating at the front of
the turn number 5. Beautiful pass. Oh, huge crash there. David Frager. Colby Parks almost making contact. Oh no! Panagraph is down. Side by side. Marco Menino from Italy grabs it on the line. Unbelievable racing.
Welcome to round 2 of the 2025 World Downhill Skateboarding Championship, coming to you from the legendary slopes of Atagan Dağı in Erzincan, Turkey. For the third consecutive year, the WDSC returns to this now iconic venue, marking a record-breaking milestone in championship history. 35 elite athletes representing 19 countries descended on Erzincan for 3 days of world-class competition, tactical racing, and thrilling descents, and for the first time, the WDSC introduced its new open inline category, with Erzincan proudly hosting the inaugural event. In this highlight program, we bring you all the action from the open street luge and open inline categories.
It's beautiful to be back in Erzincan. I love the town a lot. I enjoy to sit in the streets and drink my tea and eat good soup. For me, it's the best track we have. It's great to ride it again.
Third time for me here, and I'm absolutely loving this track. This really does play to my strengths. I feel really at home and comfortable here.
Erzincan, located in eastern Anatolia, Turkey, is a city rich in history, natural beauty, and outdoor adventure. Nature lovers are drawn to Erzincan's dramatic landscapes, snow-capped peaks, lush valleys, and the mighty Euphrates River. Atagan Dağı, just outside the city, is a hub for winter sports, especially skiing and snowboarding, and in summer, it transforms into a playground for mountain biking and downhill skateboarding. With its unique blend of heritage and outdoor excitement, Erzincan offers something for both history enthusiasts and adventure seekers alike. In collaboration with Governor Hamza Aydoğdu's office, Atagan Dağı has recently seen significant development, focusing on creating facilities that operate year-round. The addition of both indoor and outdoor cafes, restaurants, and hotels highlights the region's commitment to transforming Erzincan into a modern, vibrant destination for visitors in every season. Once again, a 3.1-kilometer stretch of the mighty Atagan Dağı sets the stage for this year's championship's second round. Recent resurfacing works on its steep, continuous descent has meant a new road profile for this year, with riders having to optimize their lines and fine-tune their technical setup.
The road has very much evolved since last year. It's become much smoother, so there's parts of the track that feel much more slippery, and it's very much going to change the dynamic of racing, I think, especially coming through 2, through 5, into 9 as well. It's really smoothed out, so it's going to be very tricky to get through there. full grip.
The presence of Grand National Assembly member Mr. Mustafa Sarıgül at the weekend's event underscored the growing significance of such gatherings for Erzincan and the region. Together with Governor Hamza Aydoğdu and Galatasaray Football Club President Mr. Dursun Özbek, dignitaries and fans alike shared in the excitement as the weekend's racing got underway. Erzincan welcomed not only fans and riders, but also Pocodzima Studio, presenting their newly developed downhill VR game, Bomb the Hill. Founder Gleb Bibikov was on site to showcase the game, which drew strong interest and enthusiasm from both spectators and competitors throughout the event. Abdülmadzan was in Erzincan hot off the heels of his win in Innsbruck and hoping to build on his championship title challenge. Madzan was cautious, however, and determined not to repeat his mistakes from last year.
I'm pretty happy that I won round 1 in Austria last week. I'm still feeling a little bit cautious, to be honest. As you all know, I had a big crash last year, so I'm trying to overcome that mental block, you could say. So I'm riding pretty conservatively this year. Today is just practice day, so everyone's just, chilling and relearning the track. It's my 3rd year here, and I'm still, like last year really taught me how dangerous this track can be if you're not careful.
Defending champion Colby Parks knew he had to perform in Turkey and put the all-important championship points by his name. He was focused on the track conditions and his biggest rival, Madzan, before the race.
I just want to stay as close to Abdul as I can, get out front. He's been training all year. He's always been tough. I beat him in the past, but I've had to really push myself to do so, which is great. I love that there's a lot of new guys coming in and finishing 4th. I see it as everyone's getting better, and I welcome the competition because I want more people to come out, just more people to ride with and keep the sport healthy.
German rider Ulrich Becker, who was 3rd in the championship standings, preferred to focus on his performance and the track itself rather than his finishing position in the race.
Well, I'm a wise person, so I don't speculate about positions and about results, but I'm gonna go the best way I can, and I'm sure I'm gonna have a good output of that. A podium would be cool.
Seasoned racer Andy Spate wanted to build on his knowledge of the track and was confident of his chances in Erzincan.
The first round in Austria, it was a bit different for me. It was a very fast track, which isn't a problem, but getting the correct braking zone here is more familiar, so I'm more comfortable here. I'm feeling good and feeling that I can improve for the rest of the day.
Other British names like Ian Martland, Philip Spencer and Josh Fieldwick rounded up Luge category of the 2nd round in Turkey.
It's going to be tough this weekend, but I'll do everything I can to get up there and hopefully we can get some sort of a decent result.
Just to push as hard as I can, but I'll draft them as much as I can. If I get a chance to overtake, I will. If not, I'll sit there, wait for something to happen and just take opportunity.
Semi-final 1, Madzan in red, Andy Spate in green, Colby Parks in blue and Ian Martland in yellow. Watch out for Colby Parks, last year's champion here on the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. But Abdülmadzan there, winner last week in Aksamalitum, Austria. He is in red. Andy Spate there in green. Colby Parks to his right, who had some problems in qualifying, in blue. And Ian Martland in yellow, on board with Martland out of the start gate. It's a blisteringly quick start from Abdülmadzan. He is up ahead into turn 1. Andy Spate holding off Colby Parks through this long sweeping left-hand turn as we get beautiful views down the valley towards the city of Erzincan. Into turn 2, you got to sit up, but Madzan starting to pull away. Spate still holding. Last year's champion at bay at the moment. Sit up for turn 4. It's been really tricky this weekend so far. Very slippy out there on the road. Madzan making this semi-final his own. Top 2 go into the final. 3rd and 4th into the Consi. Can Spate hold off Colby Parks, or is Parks about to make his move? Moves to the inside, breaks late through turn 5. Exceptional riding there from the Canadian. He moves up into 2nd spot, and is there anything Andy Spate can do about it as we approach the infamous turn 6? Those feet on the surface, on the pavement, breaking through turn 6. Madzan handles it well, so does Parks, so does Spate, and look at Andy Spate right up in the draft of Colby Parks. He moves to the outside, but Parks holding the line, making it difficult for Spate to find a way round. This is where the speed really builds on this Erzincan course. But Park's one of the most experienced riders in the business, trying to keep the Brit at bay. Madzan, barring any mishaps, has got this one. He's into the final for the second race in a row. Great news for the man from Malaysia after the problems he had here last year. At Colby Parks, you see those wheels smoking, those little adjustments to get on the racing line. Spate's running wide. Spate clips the bales. The race over for Andy Spate. He is down and out. Big problems for the Brit. And here comes Ian Martland to go round Spate and into third place. Well, drama in the first semi-final. Madzan in a race of his own now. Colby Parks is probably aware of what happened to Andy Spate. We're on board with Parks now. He's through to the final. There is Abdil Madzan, putting the demons of last season on this hill at bay. Just taking that apex beautifully. He comes round the final turn. Madzan into the big final. And Colby Parks joins him, finishing in second place after a big battle with Andy Spate, who crashed in semi-final 1. Josh Fieldwick from Great Britain in yellow qualified in 7th place. Mark Wilson, Phil Spencer making his first WDSC start of the season in an all-new yellow and black suit. Easy to spot, and there Ulrich Becker. Third last week in Aktamalitum, but we're ready to go with semi-final number 2. So Becker in red, Spencer green, Wilson blue, Fieldwick in yellow. Becker doesn't have the strongest push, but once he gets up to speed, his ability to find that racing line is exceptional. Phil Spencer and Josh Fieldwick with a strong start. They've got to try and shut the door on Becker, because if there's a gap, he will find it, and that is what he's done there. Pushes Spencer down to third place. Fieldwick up into second. Spencer sitting up and just trying to find the line. You could lose a bit of speed. Turn 4 awaits. Relatively slow speed turn. And now Becker starting to pull away. Spencer on the inside line could get some good exit speed here. Might just be able to get into the slipstream of Fieldwick. Becker off and away. This is where the German excels. Now turn 6 awaits. It's Becker still in the lead here. Fieldwick, who didn't have the best of qualifying, in second place, been put under pressure by Spencer. Spencer just having a look over his shoulder through turn 6 safely. Now the speed really starts to build. Turn 7, high speed turn, and then turn 8, the crack turn, the bump turn at over 100 kilometers an hour. Can really unsettle the board. Becker flawless so far, as you would expect from the German, and Spencer keeping the pressure up on Fieldwick. Spencer's looking for that gap on the inside. He's on the yellow paint, and that is textbook from Phil Spencer. Up into second place. He's waited, biding his time, saw the space, was able to run that real almost qualification line. Focus on braking a little bit earlier, getting that exit speed out of the turn. But Fieldwick is going nowhere. He's now putting the pressure on Spencer, and can Fieldwick respond? There's a gap there. He's going on the inside. Spencer just outbrakes him and is able to shut the door, close that gap. Now it really is a sprint for the line. One more big turn to negotiate. It awaits, and Spencer's just getting a little bit of space between himself and Josh Fieldwick. Great battle between those two, and Becker takes it in second place. Phil Spencer, job well done, great racing from the two of them.
The WDSC welcomed inline skaters for the first time in its history, and 8 athletes from 6 nations geared up to race in Erzincan. Italian Renato Penutti was the skater to look out for as last year's champion at the World Skate Games. Carlos Quiroga from Colombia, Andreu Greses Rochina of Spain, and Ioannis Pirovolu, all seasoned competitors, were ready to battle it out in Erzincan.
It's really cool being here for the first time because invite the downhill on the biggest track, on the hardcore track, is really something cool. We're not here for the small tracks, we're here for the extreme things, and thanks to the WDC to invite us.
The inline races started with the first semi-final heat where Tiziano Ferrari was in red, Ioannis Pirovolou was in green, Renato Penutti in blue, Armando Michel Hernandez Aguilar was ready in yellow. And the race is on with Pirovolou taking the early lead and Ferrari close behind in second and Penutti in third. Coming into the third turn, Hernandez is too close to Penutti and there's a collision and they both go down and take Ferrari with them. And with a close look, Hernandez extends his leg in front of Penutti, which results in the crash. Hernandez continues, but might get penalized for the move. Pirovolou finished the race without further incident, and Hernandez finishes second, with Penutti coming in third. But after protests and deliberations, Hernandez is disqualified, and Renato Penutti moves ahead into the finals. In the second semi-final heat, Sebastian Rastiger was unable to compete due to an injury he picked up during practice runs. Therefore, 3 riders lined up at the start. Andreu Greses Rocina was in red, with Nicolas Varin in blue and Carlos Quiroga in yellow. And straight off the bat, Rocina storms into the lead with Quiroga in second and Varin in third. Through the middle section of the track, Quiroga showed great focus and followed close behind Rocina for most of the turns. Coming into the last stretches of the course, Varin was challenged until the last turn, but held his nerve and progressed into the final with Rocina.
So getting ready for the inline Consi final. So here we go, the race for 5th place. The inline Consi final underway. Good start from Tiziano Ferrari and from Varan on the left-hand side of the road. Can Varan get ahead of Hernandez from Mexico? No, the Mexican gets into second place, but he's left a lot of space for the tall Frenchman. Through the turn, stand up, little bit of air braking as well, and the slide into turn 4. Turn 6 that awaits now. Everyone stay up, and a big break there from Ferrari, but he gets the spot back. Great move from Hernandez. Braking. And now try and release. Oh no, that was big. Oh, Hernandez taking a heavy slam there. Varan goes down as well. Ferrari's off. He is going to take 5th place in the Consi final, but a real nasty one there for Armando Hernandez. Let's hope he's okay, but that was pretty high speed. So inline final, Andrew Greser Rocina from Spain in red, Ioannis Pirovolou from Greece in green, Renato Penutti in blue, protested, got into the final. First ever inline final, the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. Yes, we do, and Pirovolou from Greece getting away well. Second place right now, Carlos Quiroga. Watch Renato Penutti does more runs than almost anyone on the top half of the course, filming the heats for us in previous years, and a lot of content this year as well. He's running in 3rd place at the moment, cutting a really tight line. Penutti up into 2nd place, and this is where Penutti went down, involved in that incident in the semi-final. You can see the speed he's got, and the Italian now through into top spot and skating strong out of the turn. Greses Rocina down in 3rd and in 4th place at the moment. Penutti in the lead. Quiroga up into.
And we are back on the line for the Luge finals here. Raggy English with a strong push off. Frederic Leberge going to see if he can get him on the back end of this kick, and it looks like maybe he is, or push rather. Frederic Leberge with a good lead there. Rose Hill slotting into 3rd place, seeing if she can hold on to that spot with Camille Montez in the back there. Leberge with a good lead. Raggy English looking for any way up there, trying to get around Leberge. And it looks like we may split into 2 groups here, but Rose Hill really going to be looking to try to stay in touch with this race and see if she can hang on to the draft of the number 1 and 2 positions. They're in the first turn of the right-hander. Raggy English going around the outside in the second turn of the right-hander. LeBear's staying in narrow, doesn't use a ton of exit room there, and that may pay off for Ryan Raggy English, who's going to take that top spot and see if he can hold it all the way down. It was a wonderful pass from Raggy. Nice work from him to find a way around LeBear's there. Rosehill just slotting into the slipstream of LeBear's. All staggered up here. Not much room for a pass yet. We'll see if things bunch up in the tighter braking section coming up soon here. Raggy English maybe even putting a little bit of a lead there. But LeBear's still very much in touch with this race. Raggy checks back to see what his gap is like. LeBear's coming up the inside, braking a little later than Raggy. See if he can pull something off here, some kind of stunt to get around into that top finish for the QS finals here. And we're short one drone in between, so we're going to have a little bit of a blind spot here, and we'll see how they come through at the finish. Oh, it looks like maybe we got a drone back online there. Raggy English with a strong lead around the Bears, still looking for a way there. Looks like maybe he's pulling some time, and he gets around just on the inside of English there. It's going to be LeBear's with the lead through the bottom section of this course to see if he can hold on to that to the finish and take the win in this QS final. LeBear's now running away. Camillo looking for a way around Rose Hill for that third place spot to see if he can get on the podium. LeBear's in first, Raggy second, and Rose Hill with an impressive third place for the QS race, leaving Camilo Montes in fourth there in the QS Open Street Luge finals. Of course, all of them going forward to the CT race tomorrow. That's the championship tour bracket. It'll be another bracket run tomorrow. Definitely not going to want to miss that one. It's going to be a fantastic race. And we should have open stand-up finals for the QS race coming up soon, too. It's humid out here. The clouds are coming in, and we're hoping we can get this race off before any rain comes in. You can see just a beautiful countryside here in Tamanique. It's a gorgeous mountain range, not too far from the beach, just a quick 20-30 minute drive down to the beach, where we've been welcomed by the locals with such warmth and hospitality. And you can see on the line here is our finals for the QS race. Nick Brahms, Lucas Schultz, Morgan Smith, and a Snyder Osorno from right to left of your screen. And it was Lucas Schultz and the Snyder that got through that second semifinal last round. There was a little confusion at the end there, but those are the two that made it through. We'll see who gets off the line first. Oh, false start somewhere in the mix there. Couldn't quite tell who it was on. Get lined back up here, and the pressure is on for the finals of this QS race. Nick Brahms has been punching out front all day, really with strong leads through all of his heats. So let's see if somebody can get up in the mix with him here in this heat and present him with a little bit of a challenge, put some pressure on him. And Morgan Smith says, thank you, I might be up to the task. Let me see if I can get up in the mix here. Of course, Lucas Schultz back there in fourth place, but you know, he doesn't have the strongest push, but he tends to find ways to make up time down lower. So we'll see if he's got something to say about this situation as they get further into this course. But Nick Brahms running away with a classic Brahms lead here. Little speed check from Morgan Smith there to make sure he stays out of the bails. And Snyder's going to pick that up, say thank you, I'll take the position. Snyder now in second place. And Morgan Smith going to be fighting for a way in there. Lucas, if he wants onto this podium, is going to have to get in the mix, get into at least one spot ahead if he wants to stand on that podium. Morgan Smith tracking down Snyder. It's a nice move from Snyder to get that pass off early. Not a ton of passing opportunities on this track, so you take them anywhere you can get them. Big drift there. You can see the sparks shooting off of Snyder's pucks. Lucas tracking down Morgan Smith. Air braking just a little bit. He's going to brake a good bit later than Morgan Smith. Find a way up the inside. Just clips the arm of Morgan Smith. That may end up being a penalty for Lucas Schultz. We'll see how that shakes out down at the bottom. Might be a protest there. Definitely seems plausible. And the other three getting pretty spread out now. We've got Nick Brahms in front, Snyder Osorno in second, and Lucas Schultz in a tentative third place, unless, of course, Morgan mounts that protest. So probably not much passing going to be able to happen from here. Everyone just needing to hold on tight and make sure that they make it down clean. Nick Brahms has been minimal, if any, taillights all day. He wants to hold on to that all the way through QS. And Nick Brahms definitely sees himself as a CT rider who's just happens to be racing the QS race this year. So he's definitely happy to take a big win here. Nice work from him. Snyder coming in second. Lucas Schultz in that tentative third place. And there's Morgan Smith. Good to see him on his feet after that crash. That's very good to see there. So we'll see how that shakes out. I'll inform you all if we have any updates on any kind of protest there. May happen, may not. It did look like there was probably some contact there, so to be determined on the results of that. And looks like we got some rain coming in here, so that's going to be all from us for right now. Stay tuned for the CT race tomorrow. It's going to be a great one. We're really looking forward to it and get one more view of that little bit of contact right there, Lucas on the inside of Morgan Smith. So we'll see how that shakes out. And in the meantime, get ready for the CT race tomorrow. It's going to be a good one.
Was on final underway on the open stand-up. It's a strong start. He's into the bales. No, in this contact. Consolation and Clark go tumbling down. Huge crash. He's closed it. Oh no, what an explosion. It's got the finish line. He comes through. Clark is the world champion. I can hear the cheers.